toxic white males. It's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge.
Greetings and good evening, all of you in YouTube land. Welcome to the one, the only, the original Toxic Femininity. I am your MC, Tom Connors, and with me, as always, is Mandy. Say hello.
Like what? Hey, y'all.
And we also have with us Lorena Creel on vacation, but still coming through like a trooper. How you doing?
Absolutely. I'm doing great, Tom. Looking good, awesome. Feeling good.
Yes, you are looking good. Just like Mandy as well. I love her hair as well. That is so cute.
I know. So cute.
And then we also have with us, as always, OG legend. I screwed it up. I did it so well for so many weeks. For so many weeks, I did it so well, and then I screw it up. OG Star Wars Legends gal herself, Laura. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing particularly well here, and thank you guys again who are tuning in to Toxic Femme. We are excited and a little bit, outraged with some of the BS going on, and you'll hear all about it. So thank you again, you guys, for tuning in.
Absolutely. And last but not least, our hostess with the mostest, the one with a top hat, Miss Mary B.
I am back, bitches! I'm back! And I'm so excited. I'm so sorry. I was out the last couple of weeks, and I had some weird stuff going on with my arms last week. It was very, not expected that I was going to wind up basically disappearing for last week. But I'm back, and I am going to rip off so many faces tonight. I am so ready to be on fire. I have my wine coolers ready. Pablo Hidalgo, I'm fucking coming for you, bitch. Sorry. Yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I like the new way StreamYard does the whole comment thing. It looks a little better now than it did.
It does. But you think with all these updates, the least they could do is fix the fucking super stickers. They still have it.
You would think. You would think. It's so weird.
I guess it's low on the priority list. I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But speaking of super anything, we got a super chat already. That's all, folks.
Wow, Tom.
From Hillis Mallory. Wonder Woman 84 review. I liked it all right. Had some pacing problems, but still better than Snyder films. We're seeing even with its problems. Well, you have what I would call a unpopular opinion about the film, and I think we're going to get into that a little later.
Yeah.
But of course, you're more than welcome to your opinion on that. But I feel like you're not going to be too in line with what most of us probably think here tonight. I will say that.
I don't know about that. I'm a little contrarianism about this tonight. I don't hate the film. I don't love the film. I don't hate the film. But
I didn't either. But that was my main problem with it. It wasn't bad enough to be Batman and Robin level, but it wasn't good enough to be
God,
decent.
No.
And yeah, and my basic blurb for the movie is a clusterfuck of stupid.
There is a lot of stupid in it, but there's stuff too.
But I will say the positives up front, just so everybody doesn't call me a hater right away. I thought Gal Gadot and Chris Pine's their chemistry is great.
Yeah,
I'm not speaking to how they brought him back into the movie. We'll get into that later. But no, their chemistry is great. Pedro Pascal was okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I liked it that it was colorful and in color. That was a nice change. Outside of that, we'll get into it more later. But Lady Toriel,
did Tom just dog on Snyder a little bit?
Well, that was one thing I know. I'll honestly, I've never been a big fan. I never hid that I've never been a big fan of Man of Steel or Batman v Superman. And in fact, in my original review, before I was even part of Midnight's Edge, I had to go back and see it a second time because they fucked it up. So they said. The 3D wasn't working, but the next night I went and saw it, and I'm like, I don't understand what's different. It's still muddy, and I can't see a goddamn thing. So anyway, we'll get into that later. Lady Toriel, though, sends us a lovely $5 super chat. Thank you so much. She says, good evening, ladies, and handsome Tom. Well, I don't know about handsome Tom. She's trying to kiss up to me for some reason. What'd you do? Sound like my kid. No, I'm just kidding. Matt G sends $5. Oh, here we go, Mandy.
Like, oh my God, Mandy, why is Pablo Escobar so pissed about Star Wars fans? He's like dead or something. Like, what?
He is so pissed he came back from the dead.
I'm so freaking pissed.
Like, what? Ruby sends in a $5 super chat. Who wants to grab this one?
I'll go ahead and grab it.
Are you going
Oh, I'm sorry, Lorena. Ruby for $5 says best thing about Wonder Woman 84 was Linda Carter. I tend to agree with that. When I saw her, I was 6 years old twirling in my grandmother's living room.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
I have a story about that because my sister and I, we watched Wonder Woman together, and when that part came on, we lost our freaking minds. Her kids were like, "What is wrong with the two of you?
You don't know.
It's like you just don't understand."
When I realized that they put her in that other role in the movie, that was her. When I realized that, I was like, "Whoa, okay, that was cool."
Yeah, that was one of the cool bits too. I thought. Yeah. According to QT Cast TV, Wonder Woman 84 is the end for superhero. And Peter Hahn, you are such an excellent liar, but thank you. Christian Corlejo, am I saying that right? Sends a $5 super chat. Whoever wants to grab that next.
I'll go ahead and do that. Oh.
Go ahead, Alora. Go ahead, girl.
Okay.
Poor
All right.
Lorena.
Ask this in the morning podcast, but along with good writing, what would you girls want to see in a science fiction and fantasy story, respectively?
You guys want to know what my answer was?
Okay.
What?
More rubber monsters and boobs.
Of course it was.
That was my fake answer, but
boobs.
partially fake.
I understand boobs.
No, I'm sure I said a lot of the same things you guys probably
I think it depends on the story. That's completely subjective. It depends on what the story is outlining, what's going on, right? Like I don't need it to be anything specific. I just need it to be well written. That would really come down to the very specific scenario that the story is based around for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of along with that same vein. I need to care about your characters. If I don't care and you don't get me emotionally invested fairly quickly, then forget it. And that's again a hallmark of good writing. That's give us good writing, give us characters that we care about, give us plausible situations. Just care about your freaking product.
God, I'll tolerate some bad CGI and some bad visuals with some good storytelling. I really will. Like I'd have put up with Cheetah if her character had made any damn sense. Like it would have been way better if this. But anyway, that's for later. That's for later.
Yeah, that's definitely for later. Terminus S send us a Doomicorn though, Mary. I missed that.
My chair doomed along with me for that one.
Oh, nice.
And the BS is real sends in $2. Says howdy toxic mortals. Don't worry, I got a longer one for you, Lorena, coming up here.
Speak for yourself. Not on the toxic part. I admit to being toxic, but I am no mortal.
You are no mortal.
I am no mortal.
I am the goddess.
Lots of different places.
I'm the goddess of mayhem.
Anyway, Deranged Lunatic sends us a smiley facey thingy with what is it, heart eyes or something? Yeah, heart eyes. There you go. Must be looking at all the lovely ladies on the panel. There you go. Here you go. Finally, Lorena. Get you one.
Okay, Darathon 405. I wonder if you're from LA with the 405 on
That's Darren.
For $10. Thank you so much. Just popping in and wishing you all well. By the way, consume.
That's
that's kind of what they want us to do. Unplug and just consume mass quantities. It's pretty good.
Cheers, Derry. I shall consume for you, my dear.
There you go.
Here's to that.
Then we got the stunning and brave Megatron.
Yes.
I believe in the rotation. Where are we at here? I think this would be Mandy's then, right?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Stunning and brave Megatron for $2.79 Canadian. Thank you so much. I'm pouring Energon on my juggernauts right now.
What the fucking fuck?
What's an Energon?
An Energon? That's I don't know. That's a good question.
Know. Sounds kind of cute.
Ruby sends in $5. I think this then in the proper rotation now would be at Lorena.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ruby Rudy for $5. Thank you. Kathleen K with an insult to being female. She and her folks give us a bad name.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, she
absolutely.
does. It's all about gender and gender politics and just
Somebody wanted to point out some of her other movies she's produced outside of Spielberg, and it was like Sixth Sense, Mr. Buttons, or whatever Buttons, and then Bridges of Madison County. I'm like, okay, you got M. Night Shyamalan in his prime.
Yeah.
You've got Clint Eastwood and you've got David Fincher. Yeah, I'm sure she did a lot.
Yeah. She worked super hard.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, anyway. Gojira Star 5477 is next up. OG, I think that's yours.
All right. So which one is it again?
The one that's right on screen.
Okay, good. Hello, Toxic Femmes. Starting my New Year's resolution early by supporting my favorite channel. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. And I'm holding up a heart for you. No camera for
You're
me.
welcome.
So I'm holding it up. Thank
Absolutely.
She's earned it night off camera. And then Ruby was correcting herself. You did not have to send another super chat to correct yourself, but thank you so much for that. And with that, I think we are all caught up for now.
Yeah, looks like it.
So why don't we
Let's
get
do
to
it.
the nitty-gritty
do this.
good stuff that you ladies have been waiting for. I know you've been just chomping at the bit.
Where's my fucking liquor?
And here we go.
He's in a different state, ain't he?
Oh, wow. Wow. I just caught up to what that meant.
Hey, that was pretty good, though, wasn't it?
It was pretty good. It just took me a second to catch up to it.
If he's in the chat, he better appreciate that joke because those are not going to come very often. Usually they're the other way around.
I don't know. I didn't see him.
Usually I'm giving you guys shit. Not normally am I ever like.
I'll let him know later because that was actually pretty funny. That was actually pretty funny. I'll take it. All right, so let's jump into this. And my Lord in heaven, I am mind blown. So I woke up today, right? Full disclosure, woke up today like mid-afternoon and was like, let's get the fuck on here. And Tom's like, guys, look at this. And I'm like, what the absolute holy hell is going on? So most of us know who Star Wars Theory is. He's a massive YouTube channel. He's got like 2.7 million subscribers. And we've given him a little bit of I don't want to say hate, but we've given him a little bit of guff from time to time.
We have fun with him.
We do. We have a little bit of fun with him. After his fan film, we were and he was like, they blocked me and then they unblocked him and they had nothing but nice things to say about Star Wars and all of that jazz. We were like, man, how much they pay you, right? Like we gave him a little bit of guff, but we all appreciate him, right? I think we all appreciate Star Wars Theory because what you can't do is look at this guy and deny his knowledge and deny his passion and deny his zeal for this particular subject. He hasn't earned his 2.7 million subscribers for nothing. This guy puts in the work and he puts the effort and he puts the love in. So he goes and he does a reaction stream to the Mandalorian season finale where he, like many of us, cried his eyeballs out. Not all of us, and that's okay. But like many of us, he cried his eyeballs out. I know I cried when I watched it for the first time because Luke Skywalker was a badass in it. And he clipped it. He clipped it for content like many of us do because a lot of people, it really resonated with them. Yes. So this wasn't a fake reaction. This wasn't him manufacturing some kind of crying moment for The Mandalorian. This was a reaction stream where you watched this happen in real time. He didn't know it was coming. None of us knew this was coming, right? We didn't know that was coming. And so, no, these weren't manufactured tears. And so he clipped it and he puts it up on his channel, blah, blah, blah. And then this thread gets started where everybody's hating on him, accusing him of manufacturing these tears for clicks and views, which is disingenuous because if you'd paid any attention, you would understand that this was clipped from a reaction live stream. So whether or not you agree with someone crying at that moment, what you shouldn't do is accuse him of manufacturing it for views, because I don't believe that's the truth, right? And you can criticize someone for being a snotty crybaby if you want to, but what you shouldn't do is say that it was insincere in this moment, because there's pretty good evidence that it's not insincere, that it was very much a genuine reaction, right? So he gets it, and there's this thread going along, and then fucking Pablo Hidalgo, you piece of shit, turd muffin from the seventh circle of hell. Jesus Christ, I hate this man. He pops up. I'm going to try to run this down for you. This picture is what I compiled earlier of basically how everything went down. So Pablo Hidalgo fucking chimes in like a fucking turd muffin, and he's like, emotions are not for sharing.
Okay, can I just throw in here that if emotions are not for sharing, this dude better not ever go to a sporting event. Okay?
Ever.
There is emotion all over the freaking place when it comes to things like that.
Absolutely. We all react in varying emotional degrees. Like, at least he wasn't that butts guy from YouTube. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That butts guy who is like, he's like snotting, crying at the trailers for the Rise of Skywalker.
Hey, but even I'm still stuck up for him, though.
I stuck up for him too. But tell me that wasn't nasty looking.
I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying, little guy needed that.
Okay, and he could have that moment, but I'm saying, look, these were real tears that fell down his face, and that's fine. He didn't need like 12 tissues, right? Like, he just, little sleeve action, blah blah.
I don't know
blah.
about this. Why didn't Mike Zero see this coming? Because he can see the future, can he?
So he says.
I think we've all taken that future Star Wars content out of context a little bit.
Hey.
I don't feel bad, but I'm just saying.
You don't know the future. Mike Zero is a legend.
I'm not saying he's not a legend. I'm just saying.
I got yelled at for calling him a semi-shill earlier, so give me a break here. I got yelled at all morning.
We're all going to get yelled at all the time over something. You can't make everybody happy, right?
But even though I backed it up with, I know he's somewhat of a semi-shill, but, in this instance, I think he's being legit. And I feel like Pablo Hidalgo was not only sending a message to him, he's sending a message to all the fandom.
Yeah.
Through him, because he is the most popular Star Wars YouTuber. That's why.
And we know that Pablo Hidalgo doesn't like him because they've had back and forths before. And on top of that, Star Wars Theory has been actually pretty vocal about not as vocal as us, but he's been vocal about not liking The Last Jedi, right? He's definitely expressed that discontentment to the community. And so, Pablo Hidalgo got butt hurt. He's got a big old butt to get hurt, so whatever, that's cool. That's fine. So he goes in, and I've got a bit of a timeline here. So, and the reason that this timeline is important is because it speaks to the disingenuousness of the quote unquote apology that came. So this has been going on for 24 hours, people. This shit trended on Twitter.
Yes.
This shit trended on Twitter. So for those of you who are like, oh, just another little butthurt YouTuber, shit trended on Twitter, right? He has a massive following for a freaking reason. And another thing that a lot of people may or may not be aware of is that Star Wars Theory had cancer as a kid. And Luke Skywalker was his hero. He was that paragon of hope for him that helped him to get through that moment when he was struggling and didn't know how he was going to make it through chemo. Luke Skywalker was that stronghold for him. And those are his words, not mine. That was something that he said in the video, was that Luke Skywalker was my stronghold while going through chemo. And my heart immediately broke, because I'm sitting here realizing this man, look, this channel didn't come out of nowhere. It begat from a kid who held on to Luke Skywalker through chemotherapy because he's got cancer. And this channel, this love act that he has for Star Wars is a result of essentially, Luke Skywalker giving him the strength to go on. Don't tell me that doesn't mean anything. And don't tell me that isn't worthy of his tears when he watches Luke Skywalker show up on screen and be the badass we all fucking knew he was. We all fucking knew Luke Skywalker could do that shit. What Lucasfilm hadn't figured out was how to fucking show it yet. Thank God. Thank God, right? I'm so grateful for that scene. So that shit goes down.
I think one of the things that really aggravates me about this is, as Star Wars fans, we expect to get flack from normies who don't understand us. We don't expect to get friendly fire or quote unquote friendly fire from people who produce the things that we love or have handed what it is that we love. We don't expect to have that. And I haven't seen entities attacking fans like this ever. I mean, I've seen it with Kurtzman with Star Trek, but this is just a phenomenon that I've never seen before. The attacking of fans. It's just,
It started with
ridiculous.
And it really made its giant stage freaking premiere with Star Wars, right? When Star Wars had leaders over at Star Wars decided that they could treat fans like they were garbage. That was when it really took center stage, I think. Yay, deal a coin. Sorry,
I kind of ignored Ghostbusters 2016.
It was easy to ignore. It was really easy to ignore. But Star Wars took place, and then everything started to go fucking crazy. So shit starts to go sideways. I'm trying to give everybody a relatively brief rundown of this, right? Pablo, Star Wars Theory makes a tweet. And interestingly enough, if you watch the video that Star Wars Theory puts out on this, he's like, look, I waited like 6 hours till I could confirm that on this thread where people are bashing me for crying about Luke Skywalker's triumphant return, that when Pablo Hidalgo tweeted, and I couldn't read the tweet because he's a little fucking bitch, and he didn't say that, I'm saying that. I couldn't read the tweet. I waited for confirmation to see what it was that he had said. And then I looked and see that this is it. So he makes the video and he releases it. And then Pablo Hidalgo deletes the tweet. Now, at this point, we are not that far into this situation. We're like less than 8 hours in, right? This is after the video gets made. Pablo Hidalgo he goes and he deletes the tweet, but it's fucking screenshotted, right? And so at that point, he kind of quasi owns it, right?
Right.
He kind of quasi owns it, and he takes the screenshot of the tweet and he makes it his Twitter header. No apology issued, no clarification issued. He just makes it his header.
That's a bitch move right there. It is. It really is.
He makes it his fucking header. He is slapping Star Wars Theory in the face at that point. And right about that time is when Lucasfilm starts to trend on Twitter. And everybody starts adding Lucasfilm and adding Disney, and they're like, what the fuck is this shit? This guy who survived cancer as a kid, who cried because his childhood hero is represented well on screen, and you're one of your top creatives sitting there making fun of him? What the hell is this shit? So the tweet.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Yeah, it got out of hand. It got really out of hand. After that, after it starts to trend, Pablo Hidalgo changes his About Me section on Twitter to retired and having fun. Right? He is even now at this point, there's no clarification tweet. This has been going on for hours now. No clarification tweet has been issued. Nothing, not an apology, nothing more than him going, oh, well, I guess now I'm retired and having fun. He is literally making fun of the fact that people are like, what the hell is this shit? Because he thinks he can get away with it, right? Yeah. So then it continues on. Then suddenly shit starts to get real because this shit has been trending. And Pablo nukes it. Well, he doesn't. I want to be very careful with how I put this. He didn't nuke his old account. He switched his old account, the one that he did it on. He alters it to no longer Pablo Hidalgo. He switches it to a Q&M production. He gets everything locked down, and he makes it so it was already locked down, but he completely alters the profile, right? And then he unlocks his alt accounts and decides to go ahead and make that his now public account that everybody can see. So he moves to his alt account in order to protect his tweets from criticism. And then after that, about roughly 20 hours, 20 to 22 hours or so after all of this happens.
So the entire time I've been awake.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
After all of that, After all of that, he goes over to this alt account, and then he issues a clarification. This is hours and hours and hours, and I have this set up: 0 following, 0 followers. We are now up to on this new account, up to, this has been 4 hours ago. He's up to over 400 followers already on it.
So Cortanis 001 says a good thing here. So the real question is, what the fuck does Pablo have to do to get fired?
Right?
It's ridiculous.
And making fun of a fucking cancer survivor. Now, I want to clarify.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but that was funny. I'm sorry.
I want to clarify his clarification, okay? So his clarification says, I wish to clarify that my post that emotions are not to be shared was sarcastic self-mockery and was certainly not intended to be hurtful to anyone. And I'm deeply sorry that it was. As a lifelong fan, I appreciate fans expressing how they feel. You should, but you don't. I'm sorry. It's what being a fan is all about. We can't all be together in movie theaters, at conventions right now. So express yourself online. In fact, those of us not something. I gotta fucking pull this shit back up. Where the hell?
Well, while you're doing that,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Lorena, you may know more about this. Didn't they hire some new social media something or other at Disney just the other day? Or today or something or other?
Did they? That's
I heard some shit. Yeah, let me look that up real quick while you guys are continuing.
It doesn't surprise me because I swear interns must run their social media sometimes.
Okay, and then here he says, in fact, those of us not prone to such displays will quietly live vicariously through your energy. That's the kicker right there. Those of us not prone to such displays. That's the insult, guys. That is the insult that he meant by emotions are not for sharing. Control yourself. That's exactly what the insult was. So for those of you who read this and be like, oh, emotions are not to be shared with sarcastic self-mockery. No, this was not sarcastic self-mockery. This was him looking at this guy who was crying because his childhood hero, who literally got him through cancer, had an emotional display, and he disapproved. Those of us not prone to such displays will quietly live vicariously through your energy. Go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry. That's a backhanded slap. It really is. This guy, granted, I didn't know really who Star Wars Theory was until about recently, but he seemed very genuine with putting his feelings out there. And if Pablo Hidalgo had any tact, it would have been like, dude, I understand you having that kind of reaction. But no, he decided to trash this guy for it. And he went after him for that. And that's the insulting part, because as fans, again, we do not expect the people who are creating this for us to get back at us that way. It's just, it's, and then this apology. Are you kidding? I don't even know if he wrote it himself, honestly, because it sounds like something a PR person probably said, here, you need to fix this. And this is what you need to put up there and say.
Well, you can't tell me. And there are a lot of people who are calling this an apology, right? This isn't an apology, people.
This isn't an apology.
This is gaslighting.
I'm sorry I got caught.
Yep. This is gaslighting. This is what you saw. You didn't really see. That's right. What this is. Look over here. Look over there. Look anywhere else, but at exactly what I did. Right. Never mind that we have the receipts. Yeah. This is fucking gaslighting. He's treating us like we're fucking crazy for knowing that he was actually slamming Star Wars Theory here. He's treating us like we're nut jobs for acknowledging a slam when we see one. And oh no, guys, that's not what that was at all. Baby, I swear, I know you walked in on me in the bedroom with my girlfriend doing nasty stuff, but it wasn't me, right? That was my twin brother you never knew about before we got married.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. It's not what you think it is.
Yes, it's not what you think. Baby, what did you fall on it? Did you fall and like land with your dick in her? Like, how did this happen? No, that's not. We know what we saw. We know what we saw, Pablo Hidalgo. We're not stupid. We're not crazy. We're not ridiculous like you.
No.
And this is some nasty ass dirty shit. And I'm sorry. I'm not.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I missed this. hiring for a Star Wars social media manager. Okay, so Disney laid off 32,000 people, and now they want to hire for a social media manager. They couldn't like pull from someone that they had.
Is no one else highly amused that they have a that this happened on the same fucking day that Pablo Hidalgo?
It's freaking funny. Oh my gosh, did they have the total, like the official job description on Disney Careers too?
Well, what's astounding to me is that it took them, like, how many years has it been since Last Jedi came out? 4 years? Roughly?
About three, something like that.
Yeah.
3 to 4
3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been 3 years. Right, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. Okay, so it's been 3 years since Last Jedi came out, and shit went completely sideways. It took you 3 years to decide that you needed to put someone on this, to figure out that shit went sideways. Look, I've been given a lot of credit.
Well, girl,
a lot of credit.
Disney does not like to deal with bad news. It's like stick your fingers in your blah, 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 until it gets real, and it's like they can't ignore it anymore. But that's the basic MO for Disney.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre, because the truth is look, criticism is not the problem. The problem, and I've said this my entire life, the problem is not making a mistake, right? The problem is not misstepping or tripping up or even having someone on your team tripping up or whatever like that. Like, the problem is not owning said mistake. The problem is not stepping up to the bat and going, okay, you know what? I fucked up a little bit. Pablo Hidalgo, you didn't fucking apologize. This is not, well, I'm sorry. Oh, hold on. What was it? I'm deeply sorry. No, it wasn't meant. It was not intended to be hurtful. And I'm sorry if you thought it was. That's what this is. I'm sorry if you thought I was being hurtful. I wasn't being hurtful, but I'm sorry if you thought that I was being hurtful.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
We watched this shit go down 18 fucking hours. 18 fucking hours passing.
He didn't have to say shit at all and just leave it alone, even though he has half of the Star Wars fan base blocked from his account.
Yes, I never said a
channel,
word to this
and I was
dude.
blocked.
Yes, yeah. I've never even interacted with this dude, and I was blocked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's because Fandom Menace. Fandom Menace, my dear. Fandom Menace is fucking, well, we're kryptonite for Pablo Hidalgo, because Pablo Hidalgo enjoys this visage of having everybody think that he's some fucking Star Wars guru. I believe they tried to call him the Yoda of Lucasfilm. Go!
Yeah, I read that.
Whatever. No, they didn't. No, they did.
Yes, they did, man.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Now, to be fair, before he became an old man who likes to yell at clouds, Pablo did write a book or two for Lucasfilm, you know.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he did that shit in permanent. I don't care.
The thing is, it's so friggin' sad is
it's
that
called a joke. Jesus Christ.
He's even credited for Return of the Jedi as well. So he's helped out with Return of the Jedi as well. He's credited for that. But that doesn't excuse his behavior. He's in there only to make money. He doesn't care about the IP or what's going on. All he cares about is just pushing out things for money, and that's it. And it shows from his work, past and present, and how he interacts with fans. There's no truth, or there's no true regards to Star Wars as a whole for this man.
Dude, J.J. Abrams is on record as saying, okay, so you want to know who to thank for the continuity bullshit that went on in fucking Rise of Skywalker? J.J. Abrams is on record as saying, I used to email Pablo Hidalgo sometimes up to 3 times a day trying to make sure this fit into the canon. Fucking Age Christ. So it's your fault. It's your fucking fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
He likes so much to take credit for Star Wars, but what he can't seem to do is take credit for the shit show that it fucking was. Like, yeah. I'm happy to point a finger at Rian Johnson. I'm happy to point a finger at fucking Kathleen Kennedy, but they ran this shit past your ass. They ran this shit past your ass, and you let it go. And you said, yeah, that's how fucking Lightspeed works. Yeah, I think that's a really great idea, guys. You fucking retard. I'm sorry. This guy fucking
Don't be.
Don't be sorry.
Don't be. Just say sorry, not sorry. That's
how we apologize now, right? Just I'm sorry, not sorry.
This is the part of the show where I remind everybody, never apologize.
Yep.
No, this is like a window-licking, fucking snot-guzzling piece of shit. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And everybody talks to him like he's fucking Jesus Christ of Star Wars. Newsflash, that was fucking Luke, you moron. Christ, I can't see this moron. I cannot stand this fucking moron. And then on top of that shit, on top of being a complete idiot when it comes to actually giving us lore, he's supposed to be this big lore expert on Star Wars, which explains a fucking lot. But on top of that shit, he has the nerve, the audacity to speak to an actual fucking Star Wars fan who literally survived cancer because of Luke fucking Skywalker, like he's dirt under his feet. You can go fucking sit on a rusty pike and spin, you fucking hot air piece of fuck. I'm gonna have a fucking
Is Mary's head spinning around 360?
I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe she's like Mad Hatter right now, you know. She's like spinning in the hat.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but I'm just picturing that.
TM'd
right now.
that shit.
And it's so freaking it's like it's okay. So I was talking about this earlier, and this is before the friggin' Pablo Hidalgo bullshit went down against Star Wars Theory. Is I was like, what the hell is Pablo and even Leland Shee doing inside Lucasfilm? They were brought in still to keep the continuity in the story group going, and they haven't been successful at all. What the fuck are they doing in Lucasfilm to this day? Well, obviously they're letting Pablo like foam at the mouth and bad talk, you know, fans and stuff, you know. And hey, you know, more power to them if they want to lose money, right?
Absolutely. If you want to do stupid crap to piss off half your fan base, go right ahead.
I just
don't be surprised when it comes back to bite you in the ass.
I think I figured out why he did this shit. I really do think I figured out why he took shots at Star Wars Theory. And that's because it's plain for anyone to see that Star Wars Theory could make a better fucking fan film in his sleep than that bullshit we got on the big screen from fucking Ryan Johnson that you greenlit, you fucking retard. I can't fucking stand his ass. I can't stand his ass because he likes to walk around like he's fucking God and treat people who actually understand this shit better than him like they're fucking dirt. This guy deserves to be. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get violent towards him because I don't approve of that kind of crap. But if I could say the things I'm fucking thinking, you guys would need to get me some damn shovels because I'm sick of this shit. I'm so fucking sick of it. We get an opportunity. We get a fucking opportunity to turn shit around when it comes to Mandalorian. And I'm not saying that Mandalorian fixed everything. I'm not saying that it made everything perfect, but it did show people like myself one thing, that they fucking cared again, that they were trying again, that there was some measure of passion involved in the creation and an understanding of what it was that made fans return to this fucking product every fucking week, right? There was some example of that on the screen. And when you get that shown to you, when you have this giant fucking flashing cue card telling you what direction to fucking go in, and they were like, okay, maybe they can fix this. Maybe we can make this better. And we're starting to try to repair this relationship and at least take some tentative measures towards getting back to a good place. You want to go and shit the fuck all over that? What the hell are we supposed to think, Disney Lucasfilm? Why the fuck is this man running around your building with his pants on his head? Why the fuck is he still here?
Martha. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there. Sorry. That ends fights sometimes.
Let the hate flow through you.
Yes,
TM'd that shit.
Rub your hands together. Oh my!
I rubbed one out. I know how to rub it out, guys. It's just this shit's exhausting.
That's me said.
Exhausting. It's really frustrating though because like you guys saw, like well, you all saw it, right? And like I cried when Luke Skywalker was up on the screen and he was being a badass. I saw the X-wing and my heart jumped. I was like, no, right? Like because I actually had that conversation with Andrew, and he was like, well, when they're talking about some Jedi that's going to return to come bring you know Grogu to go be with his own people or whatever, who could that be? I was like, well, it could be Ezra, and that's what I'm thinking. I think it's going to be Ezra. It never occurred to me. It never in my wildest dreams that I actually entertained the idea that Luke's fucking Skywalker was gonna show up on screen like a fucking badass.
And that just like touched me. And I'm watching that and I'm like, that's not who I think it is. It can't be him. It can't be him. It can't be. And he pulls the hood back and it's him. And think of all the possible Jedi that could have heard him and come after him. You get the Jedi to come.
You know what's funny is somebody
you.
actually told me that was going to happen, and I didn't believe them.
I wouldn't
believe them either.
I did, but I'll tell you what, the next thing they told me, I sure as fuck did believe.
Well, I was suspect that it was eventually going to happen, but then I also had my speculation it wasn't. So, but when I seen that X-wing and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, that's Luke. And when I paused it and zoomed in, you could see R2's.
I did saw that too.
Oh, you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see R2 chilling there.
Yes.
I just didn't want to. Oh, go ahead, OG. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, nothing. I just said there he is. So I had the feeling that it was going to happen. I just didn't know how it was going to happen or how they were going to, portray him in it and stuff. So, and myself, and so I'm going to say this to Mr. Pablo Hidalgo, is no, I did not cry. Okay, so I was a little bit heartbroken only because right now we know where it's leading up to, and fans never got this any of Luke or whatever, So I was a little bit heartbroken about that, and but I understood people's reaction. I wasn't gonna be a friggin' jerk and say, "Well, piss on you guys for crying," because he is goddamn Jake Skywalker kind of deal, and you can kiss my ass because I didn't like it. No, because I have compassion. I understand because I'm a huge Luke Skywalker fan. I understood everybody's feelings about it. I understand how overwhelmed everybody felt about it because we never got him past Return of the Jedi on film, doing such a mission or whatever you want to call that. Yeah, we got it in the novels, we got it on games and stuff like that. But so I got the concept of why people felt the way they did, even though maybe I may not agree with most of it.
Let me ask you this, Alora, because I feel like this all leads back to fucking Pablo Hidalgo.
Yeah.
If we weren't headed into the fucking sequel trilogy, right? If that wasn't where all of this inevitably leads, because Pablo Hidalgo's a fucking idiot. If that wasn't where we were going, would you have been better with that scene?
Probably, maybe. Because of the fact that we didn't have that to look forward to, and I say that very sarcastically because none of us looks forward to that, and I feel even sorry for, and we don't know Grogu's fate, but I feel sorry for him because eventually if he's going to take him back to the temple, that is destroyed. That's destroyed by Palpatine. We have Palpatine alive too during this time, and so it's all clouded. Okay, so this is all clouded by the trilogy era. That was creepy, Tom.
Yes.
Stop Tom his sound effects.
Future is always emotion.
No, you gotta do it. You gotta do it right, Tom. You gotta do it.
Yoda, you see Yoda.
Yeah.
Pablo returns.
What is it, Pablo, and why should I care?
and I did a compare and contrast between original Luke from the books and stuff versus this and stuff. So it's very, very interesting. And again, like I said, if it wasn't too clouded and overshadowed by what's to come and stuff, maybe I would have a little bit more excitement for it. And I think that's fair enough for me to say to you.
Believe it or not, OG, I'm with you on this one. That's kind of how I felt. It was like, yeah, that was nice, but what does this mean? It's like, does this mean we're still leading up to, get off my fucking island?
Yeah, it's like,
for me, once the plan? Yeah, right? And so once there is an official announcement of like, okay, we're going to go ahead and change the course for that, then maybe, I don't know. It's like my heart still stays with George Lucas era of Star Wars, obviously, but I'm very curious, and I was very heartbroken for those of who was really excited for this, especially if it does lead to that.
See, I think that there are some ways around that. I actually discussed some of that on my last Wednesday Night Mayhem stream. There are some ways around this or whatever, but like that all set aside, like where we're going with this and how we felt about Luke Skywalker, our stuff, we all validate, right? We're all willing to sit here and validate Star Wars theories feelings, right? We're all willing to sit here and do that because we all recognize whether we agree with him or not. And that like Alora being the main one who's like, it didn't do for me what it did for him. Nevertheless, we're sitting here validating the fact that he has a right to that feeling and would never diminish him for that. But Pablo fucking ridiculous head Hidalgo is running around Lucasfilm. You represent these people. Look, we're not talking about some person on Twitter. We're not talking about some rando on Twitter, right? I don't take that shit seriously because it's whatever. It's, for all I know, this guy is literally cracked out right now. I don't know who that is on the other end. You know what we do know is that was Pablo Hidalgo on the other end of this. You're a fucking high-end executive creative person over at Lucasfilm. What the fuck are you thinking? Why the hell are you still here? Why is Lucasfilm allowing him to represent them in any way, shape, or form? This is not some rando on Twitter. This is fucking Star Wars, right? This is a fucking creative person over at Star Wars talking about him this way, treating him in this way, in front of people on social media. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you have no soul? Why the hell? Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a little bit fucking brutal here, but I hope your mother's really fucking proud, Pablo. I hope she's fucking genuinely proud of your ass, fucking running around talking. And since when is it okay to diminish a man showing emotion? Isn't that some of the fucking shit you've ever seen in your fucking life? Oh, it's okay for a woman to cry, but not a man? You fucking backwards ass retard. Fucking hell. We are trying so hard to make it okay for men to be able to show emotion, to step forward in that way. And you're fucking belittling him for that? Are you stupid? Are you Nick in the head? Why the hell are you here? Who let you in here? Can we kick him out? Is it raining? I fucking hope so. I hope you get soaked on your fucking walk back home. We're stuck. Oh my God, I'm so fucking sick of this shit.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
You are creating some scenarios. That's good storytelling right there. Better
I'm picturing it, in my head. Isn't he part of that god awful Lucasfilm story group?
Yeah. Remember, I just mentioned him and Leland and whoever else.
Is that the one with the picture where they put the one black guy in the middle of the picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Marina, this is their lore expert. This is their lore expert. This is who they call when they made sure that the hyperdrive share, the hyperspace shit went down whenever we went to fucking
I just can't.
That's him. He okayed that. He said this was fine.
How many dead bodies does he know is buried somewhere that he's the quote unquote lore expert? Because no, it doesn't make sense.
He had to bump off. He had to bump off like 50 people and make sure no one knew about Allura before they could hire his ass. Like,
they're not people, they're hippies.
And what's so frustrating is that I don't care for the man, but he had written the reader's companion that shares how well during George Lucas's time of his ownership of Star Wars that each novel and children's story and stuff were coherent with each other. So he put that all together. So he knows what he's doing with that. But then when it comes to this new lore and stuff, it's just like I said, he's got an ego and he has his pride, and that's all it is. He doesn't care about the Star Wars IP anymore.
This shit, they're not people, they're hippies. I'm gonna fucking wake up my man. No, like what I don't understand is all of this time, like, well, you're so fucking progressive, blah blah blah, wham and power. Like, have a fucking Mary Sue running around on screen, and that's fucking great. Like, you're all about this progressive bullshit, right? Like, they're good with like men running around in fucking tights and a skirt. That's great, but don't fucking cry when your childhood hero shows up on screen. That's just a little too far. What the fuck kind of crack is he smoking? Like, I don't understand. I do not understand. This progressive nature extends only to people of color and fucking women. And of course, if you're a straight or if you're a man, you get a pass if you fucking stick your dick in another guy's ass.
Kevin Smith. Don't forget Kevin Smith.
Fucking hell.
Let's not get started with Kevin Smith.
I do not understand this shit. I do not understand this hypocritical mentality where you literally sit there and belittle a man, a cancer survivor, a child cancer survivor. Is there anything more fucking heart-wrenching in the world than a fucking child cancer? Like, this guy literally deserves a hug from Mark Hamill, right? He literally deserves that hug. Like, is there anything more disgusting than a man who is sitting there belittling a child cancer survivor for crying when his childhood hero is shown being a badass on screen? Is there anything more disgusting and backwards than that, you fucking hypocritical piece of dog shit?
Well, what it just shows is how they feel about us. Pablo thinks that he's better than us. He's smarter than us. He's more enlightened than us. So therefore, he feels entitled to talk crap to us and talk down to us in that way. How much hubris do you have, and how much of an inflated ego do you have to attack the very people who support your standard of living? I don't freaking get that. I don't get that. But that seems to be the only explanation, that your head is, what is it again? Your head is so far up your ass, you smell your own farts or something like that.
That's the climate that Disney has fostered, Lorena. Disney has fostered this climate where he could literally make this commentary against Star Wars theory, and he felt like it was fine. He could get, for everybody getting canceled about every little fucking what's her face, fucking Halle Berry's not fucking black enough, but let's make fun of this guy over here for fucking crying because Luke Skywalker's back on screen. Like, what the actual fuck is going on? I do not understand this shit. But Disney has fostered this climate. And it said to the people who are working there, it is absolutely fine that you can treat anyone and everyone online as though they are lower than the dirt under your feet. And we will do nothing. In fact, here's your fucking paycheck. Disney fostered that climate. What the hell are we supposed to do with this shit? What are we supposed to do with this? Why are you getting our money? Why are we giving them our money ever at any point if this is the kind of shit that's going to go down? He's literally sitting here praising your product. He's praising your product to the point of tears, and you are mocking him and ridiculing him in front of ridiculous amounts of people. What is wrong with you? Look, this is why I called him a retard. This is why I called him a retard. It's like he's literally standing there going, crying, take my money, please. And you're making fun of him for that. You are completely retarded. You do not deserve to have money. You do not deserve to have money if this is how you're going to treat your paying customers who have 2.7 million people subscribe to them. And they are recommending your shit, and you are shooting that in the foot. What the hell is wrong with you? And Disney says this is fine.
Jesus Christ! Satan!
It's still going on today, and this is why the fight does not stop. You know, everybody got a Luke Skywalker that they felt that we deserved and stuff, but this right here is proof that the fight is not finished for a better product. The fight is not finished for better employees within the company that will respect fans.
Exactly. It's kind of like what I said last week. Do not let up on Disney. Yeah, it was nice to bring Luke back. That was nice to see that. That was great. But do not let up on these people at all. Do not let them get away with a freaking thing. Do not let them think that all is well just because, he had Luke show up. No, all is not freaking well. It's not well.
How are we supposed to move forward? That's what I don't understand most about all of this, is after all of the work, the time, the love, the effort, and honestly, the goodwill of fans, do you think we would be sitting there having a conversation where we cry about Luke Skywalker being back on the screen and talking about the future of the Mandalorian and Grogu? Do you think we would be having that conversation if you didn't still, despite everything, have a fan base with some measure of goodwill to give you? Why we're doing our fucking best. How are we supposed to move forward if this is the way you're going to treat people? How are we supposed to get past this? Like I said this actually on my live stream whenever we were doing the Mandalorian review not last week, but the week before, whenever it came out. And I was sitting there talking about how like this is what we need, right? And I will not sit here and I will not nitpick something that is genuinely good and genuinely heartfelt and genuinely means well. I will not do that because I want to love Star Wars. I want to. That doesn't mean that I will ignore critique where it's necessary. That doesn't mean that I won't call out bullshit. I
think this is probably a good place to start doing some of the super chats. Because we do have quite a few to catch up on here. You guys have been so generous. Like this one from Terminus Est. Whoever wants to read this, and then you guys can go back.
it was my comment, so I'll read it. What kind of crack is Pablo smoking? His own crack. He smells his own farts. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh, God.
Yes, he does. You know why he does that? Because he's fucking retarded. That's why. Sorry. I know you got a lot of shit to highlight. Why don't we start at Mandy and just go down here?
Okay, from No White for $2. Thank you so much. Hi, Cecil. Now that DMN song is back in my head.
Okay, Trace XL for $10. Thank you so much. Wasn't Pablo one of the ones in charge of the soon-to-come Woke Fest High Republic?
Yeah.
If he's looking for, with the whole whiteboard and houses and rip-offs of Harry Potter and crap and diversity.
Yeah.
If he's looking for readers, being an ass like this isn't selling copies. Also, radio voice. Hello ladies. My voice was that deep.
And then we're gonna go back around again to
we got
the earlier chats.
Here.
Ruby was the one where we left off on for $5.
All right, I'll get that then. Ruby at $5. KK needs to stick just getting money for films and stay away from anything creative.
Right. Yes.
Good point.
I mean, couldn't she just go back to getting everybody's coffee? I heard she was
right. She was good as a coffee
good
girl.
at that.
Everybody got the sugar they wanted. They had the right amount of cream. She was good at that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard she added just a drip of hazelnut to every single coffee.
Oh, look at that. See, she went above and beyond.
Actually, I heard she was so shitty at getting coffee. That's why they made her produce.
Oh no!
I was about. You know what? I'm gonna fucking do it. I heard it was because she was so good at giving head. That's what they.
All right, this is not okay. This is fucked up. All right, there is a funny fucking story that for some fucking reason, Kathleen Kennedy was deathly afraid of Steven Spielberg finding out that she was dating Frank Marshall.
Frank.
I don't know why, but think about that a minute. Why would she be so worried about that?
Because she was
That
sucking
makes
his
no
dick.
sense.
That's why.
I'm not insinuating anything.
God.
Yeah, I don't need you to. I'll fucking do it. She was sucking his dick. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen her.
Congo. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lorena.
I heard a lady say.
Oh fuck! I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Shoot, go ahead.
Are you insinuating that my wife was sucking on Steven Spielberg's Peckerwood?
I'm insinuating that she had her finger up his butthole while she did it. Yep. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. I could have done with that picture. Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to ask why she's never done that for me, guys.
And that's what she should have been doing it for. I'm just saying. Albatross Flight for $5. Thank you. Hidalgo to Star Wars Theory. How dare you like something that pays my bills?
Right? Get the fuck out right now. Get out. Leave your money on the nightstand.
Let's see, Arthur P for $2. Thank you so much. Yes, my favorite show is on. Hi, ladies.
Hey, did Laura read yet or no?
Yeah, I did already. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Oh, okay.
You're next, and then it's me.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? Okay, hold on.
Just go.
What order are we going in?
Flipped the
I'm
rotation.
confused right now.
Okay. Laura, go ahead and read, and then I'll read after you, and we'll go clockwise. Okay.
Okay, so am I on author P, correct?
No, next one down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just read that
Author P at $2. Yes, my favorite show is on. Hi, ladies. Oh, why, hello, author P. How are you doing, darling?
That'll work. Hello. Jeffrey Turner for $5 says, I dropped in to say hello there, ladies. You all look hot this evening. Tom, always a pleasure to debate you. Pablo should be fired, and you can bet on that. Well, I mean, like, he's not going to get fired. He should be fired like right after The Last Jedi. But that's not going to happen. Hopefully, keep tweeting this shit, though, guys. Like, I do think it's honestly, I think they made him quote unquote apologize, and that's the end of dealing with it. But he's not going to stop. He's not going to fucking stop, right? So keep tweeting about this shit, guys. Appreciate you, super chat there, man.
Yes.
We are on Roger Haynes.
Thank you.
Okay, Roger Hayes for $1.99 Canadian. A thumbs up, and thank you so much. And let me just yell out to Cecil and Captain Chokeout in the chat. Hey guys, how are y'all?
Aw.
Oh no, she's gone.
Her net must have dumped out on her. She'll be back, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No
It's on
worries.
vacay, so
Go ahead and grab the next one while we're waiting. Then, Alora.
And she's back.
Wait,
well,
wait.
well.
Hold it. We were in order. Tom, put us back in order. All right.
We already
Yeah,
had
you did
it all evening.
Put us
Let's
back
see,
in order, Tom.
which
Me to the left. Go to the
oh my
left.
gosh, and my private chat is totally gone. So Tom, you're gonna have to pop that super chat onto the screen for
Okay.
me.
Where were we? I don't remember the order.
I think it was a super sticker. I think it was a Doomacorn super sticker.
So we got Jeffrey. Okay, yeah. It was thumbs up from Roger Haynes, a Canadian $1.99. Thank you so much.
There you go.
Then Goddess of Whim had the Doomacorn. Even though we already did it, we can give him another Doomacorn. What do you think, Mary? All right. Then the next one is Ruby Ruby.
All right, and I believe that's me. So Ruby at $5. George Lucas never really liked the fans, but he never insulted us. I think he loved the fans. He allowed fans to even do their own fan films and loves parodies and stuff. He just didn't like the fact that some fans didn't like some of his favorite characters. I think there's a huge difference between that.
Yeah, I would say that there was a healthy respect for the fans.
Correct.
From George Lucas.
Yes.
So yeah. Hey, Cecil. Nice to see you, man. Cecil's
Hello.
I see cartoons of his butt crack far more often than
Oh my gosh.
All right.
At least
So,
it's recognizable.
Crispy Critters for $2 says, "Whoa, Tom, get the net." What are we getting the net for? Who are we? Oh,
That was when you were,
the net.
that was during one of your Mary explosions, Tim.
Okay, yeah, no, just give me a
okay.
sedative. A horse tranquilizer tends to work.
Blow dart.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
And
Lord.
he's chasing me down with one of those tubes you blow the dart out of. Hold her, stop.
Down. Good Lord.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm even worse than the possum that broke in the other night. I wake way more of a ruckus. Like, how is
Oh
the
my
possum, by the
goodness.
way?
Hello, Cecil. How are you?
There.
All right, I think we're back to Mandy here.
Oh, is it me? Okay. Marcos A for $4.99. Thank you so much. Love you, strong women discussing current topics. Mandy, Lorena, Mary, OG Star Wars Legends gal. Yay.
Thank you.
And Tom, for the love of Bob, move Alora back to the right. We had an order going.
We had it going, and you guys
Like
nothing.
that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Jesus. I'm going to the back.
Go ahead, Lorena.
Okay, so Yadair Hey for $4.99. Thank you. Am I the only one who says Fenton anytime someone says Jesus Christ?
Nope, I say it internally.
Nope, I do it too.
Jesus Christ! Fenton!
I think there's also another part to it which it cut off, and it's I gotta try to get it. It's fuck. Where the fuck is it? I also think Mary's about to have an aneurysm, is what it says. Sorry. Highlighted.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna try to get the rest highlighted and pasted for you.
Okay.
There, Lorena.
Okay. Is that what you're going to do? All right.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Laura, you are up.
All right. So Willie Woodward at $2. Hey, ladies. Sorry I'm late. Happy New Year's. Well, Happy New Year to you, darling.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Very, very much indeed. All right, I'm trying to juggle this here. All right, so Makini 90 for $10 says Pablo is nothing but a coward. And say what you will about the sequel about Star Wars theory, he actually has more passion and cares about the franchise and lore than that crap-eating pig. Screw him. Seriously, I don't know how Pablo got his fucking job. He doesn't know what the fuck is. He seriously has no idea what's going on in Star Wars. He's not a lore expert. He doesn't know. This guy, I'm sorry, I know I said this earlier, but he greenlit the fucking hyperspace move. He greenlit that shit. He said this is fine. They had to retcon it. He had to when JJ Abrams emailed him and said, so is it okay to retcon the hyperspace, the hold on maneuver is okay? He had to say, yeah, sorry about that, my bad. Yeah, but go ahead and retcon it. It's fine. Also, I ate a lot of beans for breakfast, so I'm not gonna be able to talk much. I'm in the bathroom. Like, this guy's a fucking piece of shit. He has no clue what the hell he's talking about. He really doesn't. He really doesn't fucking know. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mandy. You are up.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing about the dog rolling around while you're ranting. Okay,
I was
let's
giving
see.
Pablo a lazy puppy.
Terminus East for $2. Thank you so much. Mary said, I know how to rub it out. Phrasing.
It wasn't no phrasing necessary.
Hey, phrasing.
I know what I was saying. I'm well aware of what I was saying.
Oh my gosh.
And she's very proud of what she was saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Skippy. I haven't even had but one wine cooler yet, and I don't give a fuck.
Oh my
All right.
gosh. So
So-
we have Snail Messiah for, is that Dutch Krona? For 20 of those. Mary drops mic. Also, hello, wonderful ladies. Tom, and why am I saying almost 800? Hopefully I'm reading that right.
No, it's a bunch of gobbledygook.
Oh, okay. I'm just going for what Mary pasted in the back. So
I'm trying.
thank you, Snail Messiah. I appreciate it. My darn iPad crashed on me earlier.
All right. Laura, you are up.
All right. So we're at Matthew Sturgis, correct? Matthew Sturgis at $24.99. Why, thank you so much. Mary, it's fitting that after your sabbatical, you'd return more powerful and angrish than ever. Excellent round. Be prepared. She was like, damn it, I'm coming on full on hard, eh? That's what he said. But anyways, the rest of you are awesome, ladies. And Tom, thanks for everything you guys do. Happy New Year. See you in 2021.
I think Mary's rage machine is like my rage machine. It gets fed by rage, so it's a never ending
No,
cycle.
but I do eventually tucker myself out, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know where are my pills? Where are my pills?
You're like a little kid that stubs their toe.
No, it's more like someone who ate something that they didn't realize that they didn't like, and then vomits for a while, and then it starts to eventually calm down.
Because I figured out that kids keep all their energy in their big toe. One time my kid stubbed his toe after he was being all like psychotic and crazy all over the house, and right after he stubbed his toe, he took a nap. So like that's it. That's where all their energy is. It's in their big toe. We just have to figure out how to harness it.
Did we get War Nation for $5?
No, I was just about to say that we missed War Nation.
That's all right. I'll go ahead and read that one.
That was a hilarious, funny anecdote. Nobody laughed.
I'm sorry.
It was
No, you're not sorry. You're not sorry. Don't give me no pity sorries.
We love you, Tom. All right, War Nation for $5 says if the angry chica is single, I call dibs. I'm gonna assume you're talking about me. I appreciate the compliment so very much. That's a compliment, right? I don't know.
I believe that's a compliment. I think that's a compliment.
You're so angry. You're an angry little elf.
Sexy when you're angry. Mary is taken, sadly, sorry to tell you. But it looks like Goddess of Women is leaving. If one of you ladies want to grab her super chat first.
Go ahead, Mandy.
Yes, Goddess of Whim for $5. Thank you so much. Gotta go to work. Leaving this here for the Wonder Woman 84 topic. My friend's thoughts on Wonder Woman. Never has a movie so been made for a straight to Betamax release.
Damn.
That was hard.
Wow.
Thank you so
That was
much.
pretty cool.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That was good.
Jesus Christ.
Went out with a
Merry
bang.
Christmas. Where's the Tylenol?
Holy shit, where's the Tylenol?
Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol?
All right, sorry, I didn't want to break us out of our rotation, but I just wanted to make sure we got that before she was gone. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? Yep, that's fun as hell. Where the hell is the Tylenol, actually?
Good question.
All right. I know, Lorena. It's hard to figure out what I was putting up there. So,
where are we? Gene the Machine for $5?
yes.
Okay, so Gene the Machine for $5. Thank you. It may be a PS2 CG Luke, but at least it has soul. least it has a soul, unlike the flesh and blood, soulless Jake on the island.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't talk about soulless Jake.
That's
Yeah.
what we were saying earlier, though, right, Lorena? Is that we were like, look, we're far more forgiving of bad visuals as long as the storytelling is good, right? As long as you do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. It's like back in the day, I tell people, like with the Star Trek, the original series, okay, the effects were cheesy as hell, but the stories were tight.
Mm-hmm.
So we can overlook it, and matter of fact, we kind of love, the cheesy effects. But the thing is, the stories were awesome. The writing was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Laura, you're up next. It's Willie Woodward.
Yes, I see that.
Okay.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. We're on Arthur P. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
my bad.
Uh-oh. Did I screw Author P? Okay, there we go. I know my scrolling technique is not on to par today, so sorry for skipping that other super chat. So Author P, $5. Everyone loves their own brand. It is like carrots and throw up. Ew.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I get it. It's like you'll swallow what came up at your own stomach, right? Like you don't give a fuck, right? You'll swallow that shit. You don't care.
No.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Doing yoga and doing yoga right after I eat, and if I feel like I'm going to throw up from doing inversions or something, I'm spitting that shit out. I am not.
I no, I'm with OG on that one. No, you got to spit that shit.
Spit the shit out.
I won't lie. I'll reach you the corn a little bit.
No. Oh my gosh, you just made me laugh a little.
Oh my
God.
No. I love you guys so much. That Mandy's face was the exact reason I said that. Okay, you see it? That was fucking glorious. That was so. She looked like she wanted to fall out of her fucking chair. That was glorious.
She just lost her mind.
Oh, that shit was funny, and Mandy's reaction alone was worth that shit. All right, it was. This is how euphemisms are born. I want to see that. I seriously want to see that later on Twitter. Don't lie, you reach you the corn.
No.
Oh, ew.
It caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it.
I wasn't expecting damn why y'all scared of some jugs, but here we fucking are.
Here we are.
You serious?
Yes. Willie Woodward for $5 says, "Damn, Mary, you go, girl." Also, hi, Laura. Wink. Oh, snap. Hey, Lorena. Hi, Mandy. Hey, Tom. Must see TV right here. Bug you later, Mary.
Hello.
Things are tremendously better. Thank you, Willie Woodward. I appreciate you so much. And I always chuckle warmly to myself.
Now I'm stuck in Cecil mode. I'm oh, hello, and shit.
That's fine. Maybe Cecil could draw some rechewing.
Cecil is live.
I want to see.
You know damn well he would say that's some nasty ass shit like Anna's fucking foot videos and shit.
Oh, I can't with those.
I want to see Cecil work some rechewing some corn into something somewhere. I feel like that would be great. He could do it. And he would like to do it, I think. He's good at that kind of shit. Boobs are cool, especially on women. I agree.
I I'm a fan.
Absolutely.
You are up, man.
Let's see. The DCV Titan for $2 Canadian. Thank you so much. I fully agree that KK wore out pairs of knee pads. Yes, I agree. She has spent some time on her knees, I believe.
Yes.
I back that wholeheartedly.
Ain't no way that woman gives head.
Bullshit.
Yes,
she's
she
too
does.
rigid.
She does it lazily. And no, she does it lazily and puts no real thought or emotion into
Right.
it.
I'll buy that one, Mandy. I'll buy that one.
Yeah.
I don't want to imagine it, okay?
I'm sorry. That's something where if you're going to do it, you need to be committed.
Exactly. But she's not. That's
Tell me about it. I got to live through it, and I don't want to think about it.
Oh my god. I think we skipped over one of Willie's super chats. Willie Woodward for $5. By the way, Lorena and Mandy loved the interview the both of you did. Did not know Mandy is a straight up MILF. Totally thought Mandy was much younger. Yeah, that interview with Mandy
is young.
fun.
What are you fucking talking about? Mandy is young.
Yes, she is indeed.
Very much young. Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit.
That's what we're going with.
Laura, I believe you are up next.
Okay, I am very lost here now. Which one are we on?
Trace XL.
Okay, good. I'm there for $10. Okay. Pablo got his job the same way the rest of the woke crowd did. Executives tried to save money, so instead of spending a quality writer who knows Star Wars, they got these individuals and ran with it. Oof.
I kind of think that's true, actually.
They basically like Filoni, Kennedy, Pablo, Leland Chi, they all transferred over. So we, don't exactly know why or what contract or in the contract that George signed over, but he had faith in most of them that he had transferred over. And right before he transferred or Kennedy got to be the president, she was executive with George Lucas and the company. So
yeah, but they never would have pulled this shit with George in charge.
I know that. Yeah, exactly. And so that's the thing, is that they got this leeway. They all want to be like, it's all about me kind of pride. That's how I see it. It's about me, because we got Leland Chi in there who basically kept everything, the continuity in line, and he did all that work with Sue Stoney. And but now look at this. We're faced with this. So he went from quality down to crap.
Yeah. This shit never would have gone down with George. And look, I'm not saying some shit didn't go down with George in charge, but this shit never would have fucking gone down with George.
Oh no, we would have probably seen heads rolled or whatever, because it was quality was important to him.
I'm gonna try not to butcher this name here. Darius Munkazin. I am not sure. I hope I said that right. I'm really sorry if I didn't. For $2, he says, to go with the two above, none for Tom. Oh, but Tom will drink it.
Wow.
What? That's so mean. We love Tom. All right, we're passing it over to you, Mandy.
Let's see. Null White for $2. Thank you so much. He says Picard maneuver is greater than Holdo maneuver.
The Picard maneuver? I'm going to assume. Well, you would be the girl. Like, is that from?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, the Picard maneuver. That's when you adjust your shirt when you stand up. Every time he would stand up, you'd have to, straighten his.
Tuck it down.
Uniform.
Tuck it down. For the longest time, I thought those were one-piece like cat suits. I didn't realize it was actually pants and a shirt for a really long time.
Yeah,
it took me a long time to figure that out. So you are up, Lorena.
Okay, Geeky Pixie for $2. Thank you so much. Sorry my phone died. Have a wonderful stream. Oh, well, thank you so much, Geeky Pixie.
I'm a little over a wine cooler in now, so I feel like we're good.
Yeah. Nice.
You are up, Goddess of Whim, Laura.
All right, Goddess of Whim at our 2003 $5. Gotta go to work. Leaving this here for the WW84, so Wonder Woman 84 topic. My friends thought on 84 never has a movie been so made for straight. We already read that.
We read that one. Okay, so then go ahead and grab the Terminus one instead.
Yeah, I was like, wait, we're repeating. All right, so yes, we got that. Thank you so much, and that was a friggin' diss. All right, so Terminus, $5. How did Pablo get his job? By unzipping his pants for cake.
I don't want to picture that.
Oh no, I have one thing to say, girl. Look, for all the shit you put us through, respect yourself. Like, that is disgusting. That's worse than the rechewing the corn shit. That's nasty. Okay?
Ew.
Haven't you got any goddamn feelings about that?
It's fucking nasty. Mandy, do you want to read this one and I'll go back to Geeky Pixie?
Yeah. Won't troll for $5. Thank you so much. Mandy, I love your accent and you are looking lovely tonight. Don't know what it is, but something about you just pops out at me. That's the best. Thank you.
Just pointed right the fuck at him. I love how matter of fact Mandy is.
Because she's like the koala in the rain.
Koalas in the rain.
All right, I'll do it.
All right.
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given, koala.
I love it. I love it so much.
He does not care.
Is this the last of our super chats here, Tom?
There is a couple more, but they're actually on screen, so I figured we just take them as they're live here.
Yep. For $2 says, "I hope you ladies had a wondrous Christmas. I got to go see my mom and my dad and my aunt, and yeah, it was pretty okay Christmas.
I did.
So thank you so much, Lorena.
No, white for $5. Thank you. KK gives great lightsaber to those class of men.
I'll say it. Cucks. Fucking cucks. Jesus. Laura.
Yes, Andy from the UK. So thank you so much for your super chat. I don't understand why everyone is defending Jerry. Where was he when Star Wars fandom was getting trashed for all these years and mistreated? Yes, I've seen that debate as well. Sorry, I got choked up. I need some water. But yeah, I've seen that too as well. And yes, it's sad that he didn't lend such a great voice with all his followers at that time. And but now he's able to. So I'm like stuck on the fence with that. Like, you know, maybe it's a little bit of, I wouldn't say karma, but maybe it's just an eye opener for him now to basically not stand for against, or how the company's treating fans now. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I think
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think I spoke loudly with the title, not putting his name in the title, going off of how Pablo Hidalgo is treating others, not so much who is being treated in what way.
Right.
So, I mean, again, it's to me, like I said, too, in the beginning, to me, it feels like it's more of a message to all the fandom, not just him. He's just using him as a conduit because he has the most followers, etc.
Yeah, and it's backfire.
For me, it doesn't even freaking look. And I'm not saying that it doesn't matter at all, because obviously there's some measure of context to be added to the conversation about, he wasn't necessarily there for other fans. But that doesn't matter in this moment. In this moment, it's still the reality that he was attacked, right? Regardless of whether or not he lent his voice to us then, whether or not he came to our aid then, it doesn't matter. This is where you take the high road. This is where you act like a decent human being, regardless of whatever missteps someone may have made. And look, I honestly believe that a lot of Star Wars theories missteps are made from a relatively honest perspective, right? He just doesn't want to get involved, right? He doesn't want to get involved in the drama. He doesn't want to get involved in the quote unquote fight. He wants to do what all of us ultimately would like to do, which is to just fucking love Star Wars. That's all there is to it, right? To me, it doesn't matter whether or not he was in the fight, in the nitty gritty. This happened to him. It actually happened to him. It really fucking sucks. And he has been a voice for Star Wars fans, at least in terms of that love and passion and zeal for the fan films and the content that continuously flows. He earned that 2.7 million subscribers. And in this moment, he's defending. It doesn't matter whether or not he defended me before. I'll defend him now because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing I was getting at too. I don't think it really matters who. It just matters more so of the individual who did the attacking and what they were doing, and just it's just one of those moments of bubbling antagonization. I mean, he's one of the heads of this who's been doing it for years and years and years and poking that bear. And sooner or later, something's got to give.
Well, I think it needs to come down to the fact that this is an employee for Disney. Whether he thought the guy was for real, whether he hates the other guy, no matter what it is, you are a employee for Disney. Shut your fucking mouth on social media. Be quiet. Shut up before you lose your damn job. But of course, you're Pablo and you're really good at, so apparently you can't lose your job. But seriously, he just needs to shut. If you don't agree with something, it's okay to just roll your eyes, look over at your wife and be like, look at this asshole. You don't have to be vocal when your job is on the line.
Or Santa's husband.
Or whatever.
Oh, Lord,
whatever.
Anyway, Willie Woodward has another super chat for us. Thank you so much, Willie. Hopefully you're not tapping yourself out tonight. And I don't mean in that way. I mean in the financial
Okay,
way.
you leave that man alone. You let him tap.
I know.
Crazy.
I know, but I don't want him emptying out. Yeah, see, now he says, okay, now I'm super broke. See, that's what I was afraid of. I feel bad because now he's tapping himself out.
Giggity.
Yeah, we don't
Anyway.
want to. Oh, God.
Who's next on the docket here?
I don't freaking remember.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think Alora did Alora read the last one?
Yes, I did. I read the last
so,
one.
yes.
All right. So Willie Woodward for $5 says, no, I thought Mandy was in her mid-20s, but after the interview, figure she's Mary's age, which is young. Yes, fucking young. Thank you very much.
Yes, we are young.
All these ladies are 21 with a couple years experience. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowed to drink this wine cooler, damn it.
As far as you know.
Yeah. I didn't have that creepy guy with the weird bulge in his pants buy it for me at all. Nope.
Geeky Pixie said $2. Go ahead, whoever's next.
Okay. Geeky Pixie for $2. Thank you so much. He is one of us, and we stick together as fans do. Yeah.
That's exactly it. I mean, regardless, I didn't really know who Star Wars Theory was or his history with that. All I saw was it was a fan being attacked by someone at Lucasfilm. And that's all I cared about, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Anthony Arribas is next.
Anthony Arribas for $1.99. Thank you. I'm loving the energy in this stream. Well, thank you so much.
I'll tell you what, in all seriousness, I have been up since almost 24 hours now. These ladies, every Monday night, no matter how tired I am, they always give me that extra boost. They always give me that little extra, get me through. I mean, and of course, they all bring it 125% every week. So yeah, I love their energy. It's one of the reasons why I do this every week, and I can't say no to it. And I love, they're so great together. It's wonderful, and thank you for that, Anthony. It really does mean a lot.
You guys think this is fun?
Tom.
You should see the pre quote unquote stream we
love.
It was a man.
When we all hang out like beforehand in the afternoon to kind of nail everything down for the night's outline, we go the fuck off in there. It is so fucking fun. We have this chemistry that you guys see on screen or whatever. I like to think we all have some pretty great chemistry. It's incredibly organic and natural. It literally happens in the
to
discussion.
be a part of those usually because I'm so busy. So
Tom usually doesn't get to make it. The link's in there. He knows he can join us.
Yeah, it's not like they're keeping me out or anything. No, it's just I just generally don't get a chance to. So
yeah, it's all incredibly organic. We sat for 45 minutes earlier, just talking with each other about the outline of everything, and we probably could have done it a lot quicker and simpler and easier, or whatever. But we just like each other.
No, I am truly like an executive producer on this show, like in every sense of the word. Like I actually do probably more executiving than Kathy does. But anyway, no, the ladies here, they produce everything. They make sure everything's ready to go. They pick the topics. They get everything ready. And yeah, if it wasn't for them, this show would
that
be
there are
possible.
other topics, and we're like, we already got this. Where were you?
No, I know. And then of course there's things that I feel like are important, but hey, whatever they can bring in, they can bring in.
Tom said this morning, he was like, "Hey, did y'all see the Pedro stuff?" And I was like,
don't make fun of me.
We love you, Tom. And he was like, Pablo, and I was like, oh yeah. So see, Tom, he helps. He totally helps. He
does.
Pointed out
Once
the
in a
Pablo
while.
stuff earlier, and so yeah, we give Tom credit where it's due. Absolutely.
But then Joseph Benowitz is next with a very, very, very generous $24.99
Thank
super
you.
chat.
Thank you.
I believe it's me. Okay, Joseph Venowitz at $24.99. Thank you again, darling. Hey there, Mary. It's been a while. Hi, ladies. Hail to Tom hanging backstage. Hope you all had a great holiday. Happy New Year to all of the ladies and Tom. Happy New Year to all in the chat. We have each other's back. And thank you so much for such a generous super chat.
Absolutely.
Yes, and that's so sweet.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Joseph. I miss your face, man. You're awesome sauce. I know that guy. Our next super chat is from Wolf Bane for $9.99. He says, Star Wars Theory has always run his channel in a positive way and tried his hardest to make his channel a place of calm from the storm around The Last Jedi. Even though he didn't like it, it's insane that Pablo went after him. It is insane. It's fucking bullshit insanity. What the fuck is wrong? Like, this guy is like as shill as you can be for Disney without actually shilling for Disney, right? Like, he's legitimately calm. Even I don't think I've ever heard the guy actually raise his voice, even though they literally fucking blocked his fan film. He handled it like a fucking pro, right? Like, I do not understand the mentality about going. Sorry, where's the fucking Tylenol?
Yeah.
No. We're in this together.
Let's see. Benjamin Yang for $5. Thank you so much. Star Wars has enough politics. They don't need the politics of a society that can't even leave their own solar system.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
That's a good perspective.
And Cameron says I owe him $24.90. I'll get right on that, Cameron. I promise. Send me your PayPal and we'll take care of it. And we got to get you scheduled for another morning show anyway, brother. So get a hold of me.
I need to holler at Cameron. He's awesome.
Yeah. You're generally welcome on Toxic Femininity too. So for that matter, I didn't know you were going to be around. Willie Woodward says with $2, don't mind giving you dollars like you guys also simp. I had to read that one because Willie, I love you, but quit.
We like you regardless, Willie.
You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be eating soup for a week. That's all I need. Don't make me feel bad.
I'll send him some extra ramen.
All right. And Dr. Meatball says he only sims for me. Well, thank you, Dr. Meatball. And I know you weren't very happy about the earlier topics. I did notice, Dr. Meatball, but it is the news. So we have to talk about it. And Wolfbane coming in with one more, and then we're going to move on to the next topic.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay. Wolfbane for $4.99. Thank you. Check out Star Wars Theory's reaction to Daisy Ridley saying Disney had no plan for her heritage.
Yeah, he was upset. I saw that. He was incredibly upset, and he called it out. He fucking called it out. Look, you have to give him this. He's it's not like he sits there and completely overlooks everything. Okay. He's not like some, hi Becky. Oh, Becky, when I get here. He's not one of those people who like sits there and says, oh, well, this is absolutely fine because reasons, right? Like, I don't think he's getting a backstage pass. He's not getting taken to the red carpet premieres. He's not getting any of that stuff because he does say critical things of Star Wars. Could he be more critical? Could he be? I don't know. Probably not. He's not us, right? He's just his own guy doing his own thing, and he likes to stay positive and upbeat. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, oh God, Cameron.
Oh, I'll bet.
Oh God, I'm gonna get torn apart. I'm gonna get so torn apart by everybody. I didn't hate this movie, guys. I did not hate this movie. All right. Are we going ahead and moving on? Should I pull up the next article for
Yes.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's rip this Band-Aid off.
Oh my God. This is gonna be all right. Can you see that
story? Let's see.
There it is.
Yeah.
There she is.
Can you blow it up a little bit?
Maybe. Let me try.
A little bit. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Sorry, I'm on an iPad, so it's like little things.
How's that?
Hey, phrasing.
So
she wants it bigger.
Wonder Woman. Did Wonder Woman just have non-consensual coitus with a guy in Wonder Woman 1984? Now, I am not a DC fan. I love the Wonder Woman television series. That was one that I would watch. I would watch it, with my little sister. I love the Wonder Woman television series. That was one that I would watch. I would watch it, with my little sister.
We're getting some double voice there, Cameron. I think you got the.
He's got the replay on. Here we go. Okay, I'm like,
Hi, Cameron.
is it me?
I don't understand technology. I usually have a crew that does that, right? I say, I'm the showrunner. You go do that. I don't know how to fix the YouTube channel. You do that.
Welcome, Cameron. Hollywood producer, writer, whatever you want.
I got
Echo chamber.
Cool.
I have no idea what just happened.
So like I was
Please, I'm sorry. Go on. You were saying.
So like I was saying, the Wonder Woman television show is one that my youngest sister and I would watch all the time. So both of us sat down and watched this movie on HBO Max. I liked the first movie. This one, not so much. I didn't completely hate it, but I didn't completely like it either. It could have been much better than it was compared to the original. My favorite part, honestly, was the end. Was the Easter egg at the end. And spoiler, you see Linda Carter. So when Linda Carter showed up, turned around, and it was her, me and my little sister screamed like we were 10 years old and watching the Wonder Woman series again. We lost it for about a good 5 minutes.
We probably ought to preface all of this conversation with spoiler alerts, guys. We are going to be discussing Wonder Woman 84. We're going to be centralizing our conversation around one sort of specific area, but I have a feeling it's going to deviate at parts.
It probably will. Probably will at parts, definitely. Sorry, spoiler alert there for those who didn't. So anyway.
Do we need to read all of this? Because this is all kind of.
I don't think so. That's just pretty much front matter. I know for me, like I said, I didn't like the movie. I didn't love the movie. I didn't hate the movie. For me, it was just filler. Something to watch. I did keep looking at my watch through most of it. The plot didn't seem to really grab me. I didn't think that the big baddie, so to speak, was big and bad enough. Again, I was expecting for some demigod to show up and smack Pedro Pascal in the face. They say, "Who do you think you are?" Becoming the Wish Stone. But that part didn't happen. There's like a heart to this that was in the first movie that wasn't in the second movie, and this one kind of felt like a shell of the first movie to me. So that part disappointed me. But anyway, like I said, didn't love it, didn't hate it, didn't extremely like it. In the middle, if I had a choice between watching this movie and watching Soul, I'd go back actually and watch Soul. But that's me.
Yeah,
that's me. So in the first movie, Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, played by Gal Gadot, falls in love with Steve Trevor, played by the delicious Chris Pine. World War II soldier who stumbles upon the hidden island where Diana and all the Amazons stay. So near the end of the movie, we know Steve sacrificed himself. When boom, that there's a plan along with himself. Plan? That's supposed to be plain. My goodness, people, you need an editor. So let's see. This was quite a strong moment in the movie as well for Diana Prince's character, making her realize that humanity can survive on the basis of love, not hatred, contrary to what she and her Amazon warriors believed. Now that I did love. That was the heart in the first movie that I felt was missing in the sequel. So Wonder Woman 1984. Several years have gone by. Diana's now a scientist, archaeologist, obviously misses Steve a lot. I think that's an understatement. Her one true love. So enter the Dream Stone. Basically, this Deus Ex Machina thing. I don't like those particular plot devices, but I was willing to, see what happens with it. So basically, it winds up being, a monkey paw type of a device.
Yeah.
So
they even say that in the movie. It's like the monkey paw, right?
Yeah.
Like they kind of admit that this is not a ripoff. Obviously, it's not a ripoff, but the sort of the ex machina or whatever, not the ex machina, but the MacGuffin or whatever you want to call it. Or Cameron would know. He's the freaking writer.
It's the thing. It's the all-knowing thing that causes bigger things,
the plot device
to happen.
Which, of course, in German means a whale's vagina.
Exactly. Yeah, the plot device or whatever, the thing around which all of the things happen, right? They literally acknowledge, okay, it's monkey's paw, right? And that's fine. I'm actually not opposed to that concept. It's just, it does feel a little ham-fisted.
Yeah, that and just lazy. I was expecting something more, not this is the thing you wish for, and these big things are going to happen, and that's what we're going to use for the plot device. And I was looking for something more complex than that.
It's an excuse to get Steve back in, and that's fine, but it feels like a ham-fisted excuse to get him back in. But I don't understand, and somebody make this make sense to me, please. Please make this make sense to me. You already have the issue of the monkey's paw aspect of Diana is that she loses her powers in order for Steve Trevor to be there, right? So then why the fuck is he in another guy's body? This is a fucking all wish granting thing. It can do whatever the hell it wants. Why does he need to be in this guy's body? You already have the downside of her losing powers. Why do you also have to have her in his body? Have him in his body? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why they did that.
That was the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing that they didn't like. What was the purpose of this other guy? Who is he, and why was he chosen?
So she could grape the guy.
Why couldn't he just come back? It's like speaking in a freaking watch. I mean, I would have bought that other than bringing back some random dude to, put inside of his body. It just, it felt really creepy to me, and it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. There's a lot of shit to nitpick on this. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, no. So Steve comes back in the most bizarre way possible. And yes, it is freaking bizarre. So he comes back in the body of some guy and chases after Diana. So in the movie, basically, she's at this event and this guy just comes up and just like grabs her. And it's just like, who the frick is this dude? Yeah. Who the heck is he? And it's like, you see him, and then, of course, they pan the camera around, and then you see that it's Steve Trevor, but it's not really Steve Trevor.
It's made very, very, very clear that he only begins to look like Steve Trevor in her mind after she acknowledges this is Steve in his body, right? Yes. It's made very, and they even reemphasize that point later when he's standing in the mirror in his apartment, right? Mm-hmm. And they're going through the guy's stuff, and he's literally making faces into a mirror that shows us this guy's face. Diana is not seeing Steve Trevor. She's seeing this other guy, and internally she's pretending to see Steve, to ease the pain of the fact that she can't actually see Steve.
Exactly, because my sister was like, well, who the heck is she looking at? And I'm trying to explain this. I'm just like, you know what?
She's looking at this guy.
The fact that she couldn't figure that out easily, fail in storytelling there. Complete fail in storytelling.
Yeah.
It's really freaking weird. Cameron, you're muted.
We can't hear you.
I guess people just wanted my lovely Steve Trevor face on here without my voice, but it's okay.
We love you.
I was just gonna say this entire movie, in my opinion, is a failure of storytelling, and I say that someone who loved the first movie and passionately defended it from critics within my own community that didn't like Gal Gadot. So whenever it's my turn to say something, I'll add on to that. But this whole movie it just shocked me.
Yeah, I won't deny. It's not good storytelling. No. It's really, really not good storytelling. There were a lot of things, and I was telling Lorena this earlier, that it felt super fucking weird. For me, what drugged me out of the story was when she takes Steve and they start heading to the Smithsonian. Not to a fucking airport, to the Smithsonian. Now, if you've ever gone to a museum and you've looked at aircraft from the past, and I'm sorry, but if there's a fucking aircraft in a Smithsonian, it's not fucking functioning. I'm sorry, that thing is not going to fucking work. They're not going to have it in operating order, let alone fucking fueled up and ready to fucking go. Yeah, let's go ahead and leave these things fueled up so any fucking rando can hop in the cockpit and take the hell off. That makes a whole lot of fucking sense. Like, there's no way in hell that you are going to get Steve Trevor into the cockpit of a fully fueled up, fully functioning plane from the Smithsonian and have him go down a freaking landing pad or landing strip or flight path, whatever the fuck. I'm not a fucking airplane person. I don't know. Those shit, the landing strip shit where you go. There's no way this isn't happening. This is not happening.
beyond the fact that he wouldn't be able to like probably even fathom how to fly a modern day.
That's what I said.
Jet.
Right.
I think Tom Conkle, or Script Doctor, pointed out this morning the obvious. It would have been a lot easier for him to steal one of those planes from the Smithsonian than it would be from a fucking military base. And not only that, it would be easier for them to steal a commercial airline than it would be from a fucking military base. And thirdly, what does she mean he doesn't have a passport? He's fucking dime store Steve Trevor. He has a fucking. He's got an ID.
The dude whose body he took over probably has a passport. Yeah. And if he didn't, then you should have at least shown them looking for it.
Right?
Yeah. And the thing, and I'm going to add to this, is what museum has, a relic with fuel and working operational, plane inside, inside their thing ready to be taken, so it doesn't make sense.
The point is that it would be so much easier for him to do that than it would be to steal one from a military base. They would have gotten shot before they even got to the
I know that. But
exactly.
Also logic behind that is like, what museum would keep fuel, which is a hazardous to the building where they archive history?
Yep.
So it makes no sense.
And then they take their happy asses and fly through some fucking fireworks. And I'm sorry, that's the most ridiculous notion in the world. That shit's going up in flames. You are going to die. You are going to die very, very quickly because all you need is one spark from all of these freaking fireworks to land in the wrong place. I'm sorry, it's a beautiful visual, but I will not forgive a visual just because it's nice and pretty when the storytelling behind it doesn't fucking make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
It was just awful. I completely tapped out as soon as they tried to hijack. They went to go hijack their plane for the Smithsonian. And then he's flipping switches like he's flown this thing all of his life. And I'm just like, no, I can't.
Well, maybe he flies
I
him in heaven. We don't know. He doesn't remember what heaven was like. I mean, that's been erased when he came back to Earth. He doesn't remember what that was like. So
oh my God! I'm just like, I just no, and it was so bad. So I'm just like, okay, I guess it's just unicorns and rainbows are going to start, running across the screen. That'll be more believable than what's going on with this one here. But just it was nice. It was a beautiful moment, but it didn't make any sense to me. And
I feel like you could have accomplished the fireworks thing. You mentioned earlier, whenever we were just talking about it, Lorena, you could have accomplished a visual with fireworks from a bit of a distance away, right?
Yeah.
Or at least have the fucking pilot recognize the danger they're in from fucking fire all around them.
There you go.
like, whoa, we gotta move or something. But no, he flew into it. Like you would think that a fighter pilot from World War I, his first instinct would have been to get the fuck away from the explosions. You would have thought, right, that as a fighter pilot, he would have said, well, that's clearly a bad idea. And he would have flown in a different direction. And instead, we wind up with him literally flying into it, which goes against every instinct you have to imagine he would have. I will say something I did really love about the movie was the way that she turned. Look, I don't think you needed the fucking invisible jet in the movie. It's stupid. Everybody knows it's stupid. But if you're gonna put it in there, I like how they went about making it make sense, because that's how they hit Themyscira, right? Was Zeus? However he hit Themyscira, that's what Diana just did, right? And so that was the only way I think they could have gone about it without making it. But it was still ridiculous because it's the invisible jet.
See, that's the problem. I could accept the making of the invisible jet and the linkage to the Themyscira story. The problem is, again, we have all these payoffs without setups. You had an hour of nothing happening before that, where we could have had a 10-second scene of her sitting in her office playing around with a mug, and it slowly vanishes and comes back. We just needed a setup of her playing with this power.
Exactly.
I've been playing with this power. I mean, that's exposition. It's 101 screenwriting. Not
exactly.
I know a lot of rich screenwriters that do expositional writing. It's still bad.
Yeah. Well, and
that's what I said, Cameron. Real quick, I just want to say, I said they cut the wrong half hour out of this movie. They cut all the setup and no payoff. They got all the payoffs for no setups. You're missing all the relationship between the son and the father. You're missing all the relationship between the bad guy and and the other bad guy. You're missing half the relationship between Wonder Woman and the other bad guy. You know, the only relationship that's ever really explored is Steve's, and that's even fucking half-assed. And the way it's kind of set up is basically the way it's set up in the movie is she has to learn how to let the D go. And then at the end, instead of actually having the logical ending, you know, because we got into this whole like convoluted, like, you know, fucking particles and Star Wars and renouncing your fucking wish and all this bullshit. All they had to do is have his son go, Daddy, I just wish everything was back to the way it was. And that would have reversed everything.
Well, and that's what I was looking for with that
stupid, meaningless wish in the middle of the fucking movie for no good reason. And there's a million other things I could go on about. I'm going to shut up.
And they didn't pay off the wish. I mean, when the kid said it in the middle of the movie, I just want to go back. I was like, okay, nothing happened. So it doesn't work.
Well, didn't he already make a wish, though? I thought was why that was.
I think he always had one. Too.
He did make one.
I heard him make. I heard him make like 2 wishes throughout the movie.
Yeah,
and
they made him waste his first one on wishing his dad was successful, which
something
was just
like that. And he was just like, no, don't wish for that. But that part didn't make any sense at all to me either. But one thing I did want to add, gratuitous reason why I like the whole invisible jet thing. I did used to watch the Super Friends cartoon. So Wonder Woman flying around in the invisible jet was freaking badass.
Oh, yes.
It does. It does seem a little bit redundant, though, in a movie where you have her literally learn how to fly, you give her the invisible jet.
Yeah.
So that was, I actually love the way that they had her learn how to fly. It does harken back to the old comics where she learned how to essentially ride the wind, right? And I loved the visual of her lassoing the lightning, and that looked really great. And I actually really loved that. But it is a little bit redundant to have her have an invisible jet and fucking learn how to fly. Like, you could kind of pick one and we'd be good.
I wasn't really expecting for the jet to show up.
She doesn't even get to keep the fucking jet. You got to wonder, does she lose her jet constantly like she lost her coffee mug? like, you kind of set that up. Like, where does she keep it in her apartment?
The jet is sitting on a runway in Cairo for the next movie. Oh, wait, I got to go back and get that thing.
Right?
Oh, gosh.
Everyone in Cairo keeps bumping into something they can't see.
Right? They're just like scanning it with a metal detector. Like, what do we do with this shit?
Yes, I freaking love the Super Friends. That was a fun freaking cartoon. I loved it. Yes.
Jacob.
I actually liked that Steve taught her how to fly, and I liked that they hearkened it back to the old comics. Like I said, I don't hate this movie. I don't love this movie. I think that there are plenty of criticisms to be made of this movie. I loved everything with Steve and Diana. It felt very, and something I do appreciate about this movie was that they took the opportunity to allow Steve to once again be a proactive part of this relationship. They didn't diminish the male presence because you had a strong woman on the screen, and so I really did appreciate that about this. But it doesn't give the crappy stuff a pass.
Just every other guy but Steve was really raped.
I mean, look, they gave, I also appreciate that they gave the main villain a redemption arc, and that you had an opportunity. Like, he may be a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy, right? Like, I appreciated this approach to having an opportunity to redeem him. I don't think it was done well. I think it could have and should have been done better, but I appreciate the sentiment behind it. And so I think that this movie is, it's not the worst, right? But it's not good either. Wonder Woman power activate. Power up. Shit.
All right.
Wonder Trends with a rest artist.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
So if I may, because I barged in like one of those 80s rapey jerks. I barged into the lovely, cadre of beautiful women, but I barged in. So I want to share one thing that shocked me, because I was a huge supporter of the first movie, and every comment that people have made, the critic, as a screenwriter, I have lots to say about the storytelling issues. But there's actually something very personal that felt very poignant against me. And I actually had a conversation with our friend Abu Nas about this. Others outside the community may not have noticed it, but this movie was filled with Muslim villains, right? You got the Egyptian dude shooting at her, right? And all that stuff. But even at the end, there was the Afghan dude in the cave wishing for a nuclear bomb, right? And remember, this is the 80s when the Mujahideen were our friends, right? But they're the villains still in this project. But there was a moment there that broke my heart. It broke Abu Nas's heart. My sister called me the next day, who watched it, at home on TV, and it broke her heart because she loved the first movie. And again, people outside the Muslim community wouldn't necessarily know it. During that whole fight sequence in Egypt on the railroad, Steve getting that thing and he breaks the window to whatever take off. There is the name of Allah, the name of God in Islam is hanging as a pendant. Like people have crosses or on their cars. It's hanging there, and he swats it aside like it's a piece of shit. It goes flying out the window, right? And now, as I've talked, everyone, we all saw that. I mean, there was no reason for that. That's a direct to have that pendant hanging there with Allah and Muhammad written on it in Arabic, so people outside the community ain't gonna get it, right? But I saw it, and other people saw it.
Yeah.
And then go like all the stuff is going on, and he just smacks this stupid thing out of the way.
Wow.
The first movie, in the Muslim community, many people were very upset that Gal Gadot had been cast because she had been in the IDF and she'd been a soldier. And I defended her. Saying, I don't care about her politics. I don't care about, what she did in the military of her country. She's a good actress. She's good for this role. And that movie was great. And I got a lot of crap from my community. And they even had a nice Muslim Arab character. Remember, Saeed Tagmawi played the Moroccan dude, the French dude who was helping her. He was a big sidekick that was important to her. And so we thought, okay, they were going to build bridges with all of these communities, especially the community that was criticizing them. And then this movie is all Arab and Muslim villains, and they smack the name of Allah aside, if imagine just spitting on the cross, the hero spits on the cross and throws it aside.
That's what I was gonna say.
This was done intentionally. It wasn't accidental.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Well, I mean, people try to defend, they didn't know what they're doing. I was like, man, there's 5 of these. They don't know what they're doing moment. Especially when this woman, Gal Gadot, has been, in my opinion, still unfairly attacked by a lot of people in the Arab Muslim world for her involvement in this film. The very fact that they would then intentionally do all of these things and then smack the name of God in Islam aside by the hero, that's not an accident. That's not a stuntman making an error. Those are choices. And I've been in the industry 20 years, and I've experienced direct, open anti-Muslim bigotry by people that insert stuff in that I've had to fight to get out because they did it because they knew what they were doing, and I had to fight to get them off my shows. I didn't always succeed. I knew what that was. That was people saying, let's teach these people a lesson, right? They caused us some drama last time. I don't really like them, and we don't need their money. And so Abu Nas, who's a huge, he supports the Snyder Cut, and he's a good friend of mine. Abu emailed me saying, man, this broke my heart. This broke my heart. And so it's I just want to share that. People outside the community may be like, man, you're just reading into stuff, or some people accuse me of being a victim. Anybody who follows my Twitter knows I ain't no left-wing, I'm a victim brown guy, right? Right? And so when I got offended, and Abu Nas, who's a strong guy, gets offended, then there's something going on here. And I wanted to share that with you because that's a critique that's not happening on any of these video conversations, but it's happening in a very large portion of the planet right now. I got an email from a friend in Egypt yesterday saying she loved the first movie. She's so angry at the second film because of all this stuff. This is something they've unleashed. They don't even know what's happening, but it's real.
Yeah, that sounds. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. And look, I can totally understand that sort of perspective there because if they were to like burn a cross, I would lose my shit, right? And so
it's not an accident. Then somebody set design put that there, and the director said, "Yeah, let's do that."
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea. Wow,
I was shocked.
The fact that wasn't an accident. I mean, the way that they set the scenes up, the way they set the props up.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's a choice. And so again, I've worked with a lot of people with specific political agendas about the Middle East, and this is what I said. If anyone's following my tweets about politics this last year, I said that once Hollywood feels like it's going to get their guy back in power, it's going to be just what happened the moment Obama came into power. During the Bush era, we had lots of Muslim heroes on TV because we got to get these brown people as identity politics. The moment they got their guy, Obama, instantly Muslim villains on these TV shows left and right. And I said, this is coming. And right after the election, this thing is released. They filmed it before the election, but they felt their guy was coming, and they felt all right, we don't need these guys. We don't need the woman in the hijab on the TV show anymore. Now let's show our true feelings, just like they did during Obama. I lived through it. I watched my career stop the moment Obama was elected. I watched it, and I've warned, if this happens, it's going to happen again, and it's happening again.
Wow.
Sorry, that's why I'm passionate about this. I
No,
wouldn't
I
be
get
a
it.
lovely group, but I felt I had to share this perspective. So
Yeah, I get it,
I
because it's just
understand
like
that.
misrepresentative Native culture in movies as well. It's a slap in the face. It is.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, especially with Native culture. They knew it for 70 years. They knew what they were doing.
Yes, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
That's what we're right now.
I had no idea.
Because this could have been the movie that I would have made had Patty Jenkins asked me, which she didn't. Is very simple movie. The sequel is you want Steve Trevor back? Here's a simple movie. The sequel is Wonder Woman. Maybe it's the 1940s. It doesn't have to be 1980s. Wonder Woman discovers Steve Trevor's soul is trapped in the underworld, the Greek underworld. And so she goes there.
Yes.
That part of the comic. She confronts Hades to free him. And then all the monsters from the underworld, including the Greek gods that were killed in the first movie, are unleashed.
And that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting to see some kind of Greek evil guy show up and just freaking
you literally had
havoc.
Ares in the first. You had Ares in the first movie. Why not go the Hades route? Why not go the Hades route? Like, that's a brilliant idea, and it actually is very simple. And then you actually, in a weird way, you get to have Diana learn the same lesson that sometimes you just need to let go, right? Sometimes you need to accept the truth.
When you ever come out of the other end, it's 70 years later, so that's why she hasn't been around all this damn time.
Oh my God, that's brilliant! Brilliant! God, print. Moving on. Like, seriously, that's absolutely a brilliant idea. I think Patty Jenkins is a fine director. I really do. I think she's an absolutely fine director, and I do enjoy. I'm looking forward to Cleopatra and all of that jazz. But she's clearly not a writer. I mean, she took on way too much here. And look, I get it, strong, independent women, we can do everything the men can do, but Ryan Johnson couldn't fucking do it either, right? Like, relax, calm your tits a little bit, and like maybe run it past some other fucking people. That is a brilliant idea with the Hades bit, by the way.
And if I can actually reveal something, again, I think Patty's probably not going to work with me if she ever sees this video, but at this point, I agree, she's a great director. I would have told Patty, I don't think the script's going to work, but whatever. What I heard, and I heard this now from prominent screenwriters who are friends with people in the process, right? I got this email last night because we're like, why didn't we get Alan Heinberg and Jason Fuchs and those guys who wrote the first movie, right? And it was what happened is, they wrote a brilliant movie. They're great writers, and Patty wanted a credit on the movie, in the first movie, to be a co-screenwriter on it. I'm sure she put some dialogue or whatever in there, and the Writers Guild arbitrated that because the other screenwriters felt she didn't deserve a credit. They felt that they had done the majority of the work, so they fought over it. And then the Writers Guild gave Heinberg and Fuchs the credit, right? And so then she got really personally insulted. So I don't need these guys, right? I'm going to write this whole thing myself, and we saw what happened, right? So.
The Cheetah stuff was completely useless. And what's weird about it is a woman wrote this, a woman directed this, and you still have a woman bitching about not being popular enough to let the fucking world burn around her.
I know. It's like, how freaking I guess that's pun. Catty can you get? Oh, I wish I had your life. So I'm gonna screw everyone else over just so I have your life. Isn't that
fucking insane?
Are we talking
that's not a valid motivation.
Are we talking about Cheetah now?
Yeah, Cheetah.
Okay, because here's the funny thing. Whoa, we just lost.
You scared her away.
What did you do, Tom?
I sucked too much power in the room, I guess. God damn it. Oh, here, I'll plug
too
it
much
back.
masculinity.
Hang on, too much masculinity in the room. No, it's funny because I was explaining to somebody the story, and I realized I got to the end of the story, and I had not once mentioned Cheetah, which basically means she is pointless to the story. She has absolutely no place in the story, and she serves no purpose to the story.
She is.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I have seen a few people say that they liked the character, that they enjoyed it. But it's there's so many more vocal about thinking that character was just pointless and a waste of time. So
she was just there just for Kristen Wiig to have something to do and do her usual comedic shtick that doesn't change from every single freaking character that she plays in a movie. I mean, the only thing that stood out to me with Cheetah was that fight scene where they obviously fixed the CGI that they had in the trailer. This isn't saying much, but it's like, oh, okay. They actually freaking fixed that. So who the heck thought it was a good idea to release that half-ass trailer with that half-ass CGI in it?
Like Dr. Meatball said here, I wish I was popular and the guys in the office wanted to bang me so then I could turn them down as soon as I get popular and they wanted to bang me and act like everybody's trying to rape me.
God, it's just that felt like a real a serious insult. Like that's all women think about. Oh,
yeah.
I want your life. You know?
Yeah, as if she could never possibly, like, why didn't you give her a legitimate grievance? Why did you not give her a legitimate grievance, right? Like, you could have had her be one of those people who's, I mean, like, okay, yeah, she's ignored, but actually have her mistreated. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between being ignored and being genuinely mistreated by people. There had to have been a better way here. There had to have been a better way, because this is so shallow. And I'm sorry, but it's the exact kind of shit that progressive feminists are always fighting against, right?
Oh God, yeah.
So why the hell? And I know, I mean, just to kind of veer it back towards what we were discussing. Why in the actual hell is like? Look, if Captain Marvel had raped a guy, we would have called her out. Diana Prince does it, and we're not going to say no. We have to be intellectually and emotionally honest here. This is disturbing. He didn't give consent. I don't care whether or not he remembers it. There are lots of women who are drugged that don't remember it. That doesn't mean it didn't happen, and it doesn't mean it didn't violate it. And you can't tell me that while this shit was going on, Diana didn't look into this man's eyes and recognize that she was doing this to someone else's body who never had an opportunity to say whether or not this was acceptable.
Yeah, this is an unsolicited porking, and it needs to be called as
he
such.
Didn't sign the consent
and here the problem is they actually paid that off to make it more horrifying because she runs into the dude at the end and she kind of flirts with him.
Yeah,
yes. They add on a whole other layer of creepiness.
It was. I just thought that was so freaking creepy. The next scene, you see that they're in bed together. I'm just like,
Cameron, you can agree with me or not in this instance. I feel like what happened was early in the process or somewhere late in the process, they had this thing where I think you brought it up earlier, Mary. Why didn't they just have it to where, she wished him back into existence? Why did he have to be in somebody else's body?
Right.
It almost feels like half the script runs that way, like the scene with the you don't have a passport and all that kind of crap. Mm-hmm. Is it possible that
there's no
I was wondering, do you think, and this is where I was thinking, is like maybe it was possible at some point they got halfway through the script, and it was originally she just manifested him with the wish, but then they got like, well, we have to have something for her at the end to get past him. And, we'll just set up this, heaven can wait type scenario with this other guy. So then at the end, we can set him up as the proxy Steve for the next film. I feel like that might have been what happened.
There were a lot of reshoots from what I understand. There was a lot of audience reaction to whatever the original cut of the film was. That was what I understand was quite negative. So, if this is the film that they thought could fix the audience reaction version from last, spring or summer, God knows what that version was, right? And so this is their patched up version.
Well, and they didn't even get to do the other round of reshoots because of COVID, if I remember right, because they shut it down twice. If I remember, they had the test screening back in November, and then I don't know if they got to do those reshoots or not.
Yeah, I mean, and someone pointed out, I think in the chat about how there were scenes that were clearly in the winter, and then suddenly you're like, the next scenes are all in the summer, and you're like, that's clearly the reshooting thing happening, right? Because obviously stuff was done in reshoots at a different time frame, and they just didn't care enough to match.
That's like the Last Jedi and the Force Awakens.
This is the last Jedi of the DCEU. That's what this is.
Yes.
Or is it more like the Rise of Skywalker, which they're still shooting, folks? I hear they might be done by next week, maybe.
This is the last. I felt that was, this is a movie that, I mean, it's already torn up the fan base. I mean, most people. They're telling us, Rotten Tomatoes says.
Has it really tore up the fan base though? Cameron? I mean, yeah, there's some people who like it, but I would say it's a majority negative from the fan base.
I think that's true with The Last Jedi too. We were just
well, but yeah, I wouldn't say that really tore up the fan base per se. I guess in a sense of like,
I mean,
I get what you're saying.
I've had people defend it. They don't really defend it as a good story, but they defend it as being faithful to this and that from this comic issue, and she wore this gold thing in that comic issue. I'm like, yeah, man, that's fan service. That's where I think Mr. Jeff Johns was involved, right? And he put those things in, but the story's got to work.
When Superman 3 makes more fucking sense than Wonder Woman 84, we have a problem, folks. And because we were asked this question during our review, and all of us unanimously agreed that Superman 3 was a better written film.
I think that's true.
That's saying something, because I despise Superman 3.
I'd
rather go watch that.
Watch this Wonder Woman. I mean, I admit it's not good, but I love it for like some of the wrong reasons, and then also Richard Pryor is a god.
Because Richard Pryor was in it. That's the only like redeeming quality for me for that.
And I do kind of like the bad Superman versus Clark kind of thing. That was kind of a cool little dichotomy. But again, it makes about as much sense as this movie does. And here's a worse one than that. We also got asked this. I had to say the problem with this movie is, and did I say this? I said this either in the opening or I said this before we started. The problem with this movie is that it's not good enough to be a decent movie, but it's not bad enough and entertainingly bad enough to be like Batman and Robin. Like, that's the problem. It's that middling to boring to just bad. I like my blurb. If they just put that on a poster, it's a clusterfuck of stupid. That's really what this movie
is not one people are going to be talking about a year from now, or unless they're just calling out how bad it was. And yeah, it doesn't have the heart that some of the really horrible movies have. It doesn't. It's just it's flat. It's long. It's flat. It takes too long for anything to happen. And am I the only one? I just skimmed it. But where the hell was the awesome 80s music? Was it there?
That's what I'm saying.
Where's the music?
Where's Home Liquor to the Heart? Caribbean Queen.
Right.
None of that. No new
You gotta have that in the soundtrack.
Was it just me? Or remember when they had the first trailer for Wonder Woman 1984, and they had a cover of New Order? That was on it. And that's quintessential 80s music, and they never went back and did it again. Blue Monday, they never went back and did it, and that should have stayed. And they
but Mandy brings up an important point, because I felt that this wasn't even nostalgia for the 80s. This was a superficial mockery of the 80s.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. There was no nostalgia in it at all.
I love the 80s, man. I want to go back there. I hate 2020. Send me back to 1984 and George Michael. I don't want to be here.
There you go.
Right, exactly. And there was
Duran and drum machines and
well, not just that, the fashion I said was way off. And I said that a few times. I was like, basically all the it's like an 80s movie made in the 80s. So everybody dresses in 80s fashion, even though nobody, a lot of people dressed in the fashion, but not everybody dressed in the fashion. And if you notice in the mall scene, especially, they have all these people sectioned off. They have like the punk rockers in one section, the J.C. Pennant looking motherfuckers in the middle. They got the fucking, fucking break dancers off to the left and shit. It's like, it is like a J.C. Penney commercial, I think is what we fucking compared it to. It's just like, oh my God. And most of the fashion, if you grew up in the 80s, a lot of that shit wasn't so popular in 84. Look at movies like Beverly Hills Cop, Back to the Future, stuff like that came out in that era. Nobody's wearing shit like that. And even when they are in Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy laughs at them. Why? Because most people didn't dress like that.
No, that was like the edge out there on the edge.
And all the shit that she's wearing and all the shit that she tries to get Steve to wear is very late 80s, early 90s. Like the dark grays and the khakis and the scarves.
And the Z Caparici like pants. That was 90s. All he needed was a bottle of Zima.
Yup.
Right.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, this didn't understand the era. I didn't understand what the era was about. Even the villain. People said, "Oh, the villain's based on Trump." The villain doesn't understand what the guys were about in the 80s, man. It doesn't understand. No. This whole confusion with this villain. If you want to make him the flashy TV person, then why is he selling oil? He should be like a televangelist. That's what
exactly.
Yes. It makes no sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, because this is what the Bakers were big in this era, and then a lot of the other guys brought up some other ones on the chat too last week. Yeah, there was so many other yeah, exactly. The 2020 people, or not 2020, 700 Club people, and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff was big at that time period. I agree, Cameron. That would have been a much better way to go. I mean,
it feels like it was written by people that forgot what the 80s was. I think Patty
exactly
lived through the 80s, so I think she's about.
Yeah.
And not only that, okay, he had this big convoluted weird plan of using the Star Wars satellites because particles are touching people or whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't make fucking sense.
That was complete and utter sci-fi bullshit. Not even sci-fi, more like sci-fantasy bullshit. But I'm going to ask anybody. I doubt none of the ladies are old enough to remember this because we all know they're too young. But back in the 80s, a couple of years after this movie would have taken place, there was an event where people actually held hands, and it was called Hands Across America.
Yes, that was.
Why didn't they have him come up with that idea and set it up like he's doing some great thing when all it was for him to set up to do all his wishes at once? And it would have made a hell of a lot more sense.
In that horror, they used that in that horror movie that in like the one with going into the mirror world, right? Or the underground. Remember that?
Yeah. I can't think of what it's called.
I did like it. Yeah.
Not as above, below, or not? Is that the other one I'm thinking of?
As above, so below. That one.
No, it was the second movie by the first movie was great. The first movie was I'm blanking on these movies. The first movie was about the African Americans who discovered that white people are controlling African American. Remember that?
You're talking about.
I love the movie.
Us.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the horror movie we're talking about, right? But the prior one that he done that, which was really good.
Get Out.
About, the white people in the nice community that are actually turning black people into zombies so they can control
Get
them.
Out, yeah.
Get Out, right. And then this was a sequel to Get Out, which was Us, which was, I thought, a crazy and terrible movie. But they used the Hands Across America as the motif, and that's the final scene of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, you had so many things you could have, jumped on with this movie. And again, like the music, how did you not have any music from the 80s?
That just shows just how much they have fallen down on doing research.
Yeah.
To do critique, just the basic things. It's there's no excuse for it. There's really not.
No, the movie, honestly, people would have liked it more if they would have gave it a good soundtrack. Because let's be honest,
because
Batman Forever was not that great, but every damn one of us had the CD to Batman Forever, and it wasn't that good of a movie. So
no, I didn't like Tron Legacy, but damn if that Daft Punk soundtrack wasn't
right.
Lorena, you're hurting me because I wrote the animated prequel to Tron Legacy, but that's okay. That's okay.
I liked it. God damn it!
I was on step one of the movie. I saw some of that movie being filmed, but whatever. It's all good. It's okay. You can have your opinion, Lorena.
I liked it, Cameron. I liked it.
Everyone watch Tron Uprising. I think it's on Disney Plus at this point. Yeah.
I haven't seen Uprising, so I will have to see that for you.
It's a good show until I got fired. Then
you'll understand when you see that.
Okay. It really went downhill after that.
Fired, yeah.
But Tron Legacy, I'm just like, no, but man, I freaking love Daft Punk. So that was cool.
Exactly.
All right.
Is OG still with us? I can't see her, and I haven't heard from her in like a half an hour.
Yes, I'm here.
Quiet.
You're there.
Yes, I'm here.
So Laura, you've been so quiet. What did you think of Wonder Woman?
I haven't had a chance to watch it other than
that's why she's so quiet.
Yes, and I'm okay with you guys talking about it and stuff. We are going to watch it probably within the next couple of days. So.
I'm sorry.
I want to know if you like it more than The Mandalorian. That's going to be a conversation.
Okay.
Well, that's not a tall order.
Laura has been given a lot of unfair crap because of her very strong and I think perfectly fair comments on The Mandalorian. I want to hear.
I was going to say that's not going to be. She doesn't like The Mandalorian, so that's not going to be a tall order.
And look, I actually have a freaking message.
Well, okay, generalizing a little.
For everybody out there who likes to throw the elitist word at Alora, you know what makes an elitist? It's a person who looks down on you for not viewing material the same way that they do because they have a bit more perspective of material involving said IP, right? But here's some news flash for you. Alora's never looked down on anyone for disagreeing with her. Never.
Nope.
she has never treated anyone disrespectfully for disagreeing with her. Just because she has a different perspective than you on something doesn't mean she thinks that you're a bad person. And you shouldn't treat her badly for not agreeing with her. Like, you really should not treat someone badly just for disagreeing with you, right? Like, and I'm really getting sick of this elitist word that's getting thrown around to describe people like my friend Alora here, because she's not. If somebody starts acting like an actual asshole to you and starts talking down to you for not agreeing with them because of their quote unquote insight, then sure, go ahead and call him an elitist asshole. But that's not Alora. So stop lumping her in with actual jackholes, because she's not.
Yes.
I'm just saying, it's true. Look, we had our live stream together. You actually hopped onto my Mandalorian season finale review, Alora, because you had some and it was after I invited her. I was like, "Hey, you can come on." She's like, "No, I don't want to interrupt your vibe." And then we got into it. And she was like, "Okay, actually, yeah, send me the link." And I was like, "Okay." So I sent her the link, and we disagreed, right? But we did so in a really respectful and polite and genuinely almost affectionate way towards each other. Alora has never treated me badly for not agreeing with her and stuff. And we disagree a lot on a lot of things when it comes to Star Wars. And she's incredibly kind and understanding and considerate about my perspective on things. So if people would just stop fucking attacking her on Twitter, that'd be great.
No, get a life,
Seriously.
Look, my view is this. I am glad that it's trying to get back on track now with Luke Skywalker, but to me, it's always going to be fan fiction. To me, the EU is canon, right? And that's I mean, that's why I love that Laura's always sharing more, because she knows about it more than anyone I know, and she's revealed a whole universe that I have not even begun to skim, right? And so for me, Disney's always going to be fan fiction. Some of it's going to be good fan fiction, but I'm glad she's out there saying this ain't the stuff that George greenlit. This other stuff is what George greenlit, right? And that's
absolutely.
Yes.
And that's perfectly okay. Like, you're allowed to have that perspective. That doesn't mean she thinks less of you for liking something. Like, you're allowed to like something that maybe Alora doesn't like, and that's okay. I love the ability to agree to disagree, right? Like, I got into this huge argument. Well, not huge argument. I got into it with some guy earlier who was defending Pablo Hidalgo on Twitter, right? And I was like, I was trying to explain things, and they clearly weren't hearing it. And so I decided, you know what? I don't want to spend time on this, because you're going to think what you want to think. And I said, have a lovely evening. Did I think some other things? Sure. But I didn't tweet them. I didn't say it out loud. I left it in my head where it fucking belonged. And I was right. And he proceeds to tweet back with, "Cheers, motherfucker." And then he deletes it. And then he blocks me for no reason. The only thing I said to this guy was like, "Have a lovely evening." And he tells me to "cheers, motherfucker," and then deletes it and then fucking blocks me and shit.
He thought you were going to say, "I agree with you, let's go on a date." That's what he thought.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What is this insane need, like, to start lashing out at a person who politely disagrees with you, right? Like, what is that insane? I don't understand it. Look, I didn't agree with the guy. Can't stand Pablo Hidalgo, but that doesn't mean I can't stand this guy, right? Like, maybe he's a perfectly wonderful person and he's just seeing things from a different perspective and doesn't have all the information and blah, 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 blah. I don't automatically hate you because you're defending Pablo Hidalgo. I disagree with you. And those are two very different things, right? And like, that is just where we sit on this. And look, I tend to not agree. Well, Tom knows I'm contrarian on a lot of things. Tom and I butt heads on a lot of different things all the time. But
you're an asshole.
And you are a cue ball.
See,
so,
that's how you get to date Mary. You gotta be
supposed to say I'm a dick.
Call her out. That's how you do it.
Cue ball is just fucking mean, lady.
You see the sexual dynamic, the energy rising here.
No.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna give Tom a warm glass of milk and send him to bed. He's been up too long.
Ew, warm milk.
Yeah, warm milk. Yeah.
Ew.
Why?
You better put some cocoa in that shit.
Yeah, he's gonna need some like quick added
exactly.
to it.
You're gonna need to hook it up.
Warm milk is nasty.
So I gotta ask, Mandy, are you actually British and making that accent up? Is that what's happening here?
She really is. Yeah, it's all.
Are you totally like? You're totally like from London, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't you tell?
Yeah.
You're telling me,
I get it.
Pip pip cheerio. Have a couple days.
That's why she gets paid the big bucks.
I love how she couldn't even muster a British accent for that one moment.
I know. Like, that southern twang just came flying out.
Can I share a funny thing?
Cheerio.
Our lead on I did the Bionic Woman remake, right? I was a producer on that
Pip
show.
cheerio, y'all.
So our lead actress who played the Bionic Woman, she was British and she was a wonderful actress. She did very well in Britain. But our challenge we found is that having her play Jamie Summers in an American accent, she would go into her head and not be present, right? As and the scenes. So finally, we got so frustrated. We did a whole episode where Jamie Summers pretended to be British so she could be relaxed.
Oh my God.
Herself the whole episode.
That's great.
That's actually pretty
God bless her.
smart.
She's a great actress.
Oh.
I want to hear Mandy say pip pip cheerio again.
We'll do it again.
I'm not over
Pip
it.
cheerio, y'all.
Yeah, the y'all. She
And
knows
the y'all in there.
Y'all.
it. Fuck yeah.
You would think as much as I'll talk to Peter Gilmore, I could really come with a good London accent. I've been practicing my northern accent though.
Okay.
Like, hey, you guys, I'm walking here.
That's,
That's New York.
That's more Brooklyn.
I'm working on that one.
That's New York.
I would love to
bad.
know linguistically how, because your ancestors were probably from Britain. They got in a boat and came on the Mayflower, and then they went down to the south, and then their accent evolved. Within like 100 years, it becomes a southern accent. I don't know how that happened, but it's interesting.
It's an interesting linguistic study, but just with different regional words and accents and emphasis on the accents. That's how they
Kind of like how Southern Creole basically is like a mix of like French and
French and Spanish. French and Spanish.
I want to get into a car with Mandy and get into heavy traffic so that she can hear what I sound like when I'm pissed. I've
heard her go full Southern.
Yeah, I'm from Kentucky and I have a redneck accent under here somewhere, and it does come out occasionally. And I feel like if I spent enough time with Mandy, I probably wouldn't be able to come back from it. Like,
no, it would rub off, and then you would start doing it too. Like, oh shit, far, get out of my way, asshole.
Here's my thing. How many bless your hearts between the two of you would you wind up dropping?
So many.
Oh God,
so many.
How drunk do you have to be before bless your heart becomes bless your heart, motherfucker?
No, for me, I actually do. I understand the context of "Oh, bless your heart," but it's always been "Oh, darling, no."
That's another one. Yeah, that's another way of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're such an idiot."
Yeah,
it's kind of like, oh, bless his heart, he don't know no better, because he's over there doing something stupid again. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
we have some super chats to get through, and a couple of them are actually aimed at Cameron, so I'd like to get through them before we lose him here, and we have to close out here sooner than later, because I'm sure you ladies got other things to do as well.
They're
going to go off dating guys who are not in the chat, so that's such a painful. They're all going to go back to their dudes. Sorry, cat guys.
Just be an alpha and call us assholes, and we'll all fall on our faces and totally fall for you guys. So that's what it is.
Yeah,
I'm not going to ever, even if there's a fire.
I re-put everything up for you, Lorena, because I know you were.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did my best to catch everything. Some of Tom's stuff is kind of mixed in there, so yeah.
Well, I had them all nice and organized, and then here comes.
Did, but Lorena, I gotta do it again.
Now we lost Lorena.
You're changing the orders.
Oh,
Lorena left. I thought you were moving us around again.
Poor Lorena.
Here she is.
Yay!
I was bragging on the hotel Wi-Fi earlier.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not reposting this shit again.
It's fine. We'll work through it. We got to get through this.
Super chat. You got all these people paying money.
Yes.
Okay.
Where did we leave off earlier?
Are we on Benjamin?
Yeah, Benjamin.
Go to Tom, and I'll try to just post what it's Lorena's turn to read. Okay. So do you want to, because we're in this wonky order, we'll have Lorena go last. All right, it's okay. All right, so we'll start off with Mandy since you're sitting there on top.
Okay, Benjamin Yang for $5. Thank you so much. Thinking of SWT, he reminds me of Hacksaw Ridge in a war-torn time. Lucasfilms and the fans, there are some who want to put the world back together.
Oh, sorry,
There
I'm
you go.
reading stuff. What? I have no idea what just happened. Sorry, Hacksaw.
No, it was pretty much what you were kind of saying earlier, Mary.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Banana.
Okay. All right, so I'm next, obviously. Wolfbane at 199. I hope we can all agree that the best part is Gal.
Yes, I would agree with that. 100% actually.
I would say their chemistry, her and Steve's chemistry
it was really good.
Was the best part for me.
I will even go as far as to say that the moment where they first kiss and that crescendo happens in the music, I actually did get a little goosebumps.
Aww.
But that's their chemistry. That's what it is. They have a great chemistry together. And that is that can transcend anything. I mean, that's what great couples do on screen. So there you go.
Yeah, I think they did it.
Somebody was already saying something. I think Andre was joking about maybe now she has her Mark Anthony for
Don't joke about that. That's in discussion. I bet you that is in discussion. I bet you that.
They got the fucking. They got the sparks, y'all.
Dude, it's gonna be handsome dude. They're setting him up. It'll be handsome possessed dude. He plays Mark Anthony. They're just setting him up.
No!
Oh my God, no!
I can't. No. Please no.
Oh wait! I got it. Oh darling, no!
Oh shit! They brought her Southern out.
That poor dude he's walking on that actor. He's like, dude, you banged Gal Gadot. You don't even remember it, man. You don't even remember it.
Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, I was displaced.
I don't know. How do you sort out what the worst part it is? Is the fact that he was raped or the fact that he doesn't remember it?
Either is probably just as equally upsetting in this.
Oh, well, even worse. Gal Gadot comes on to him. He's like, all right, I'll see you later. I'm not into it. He just
not
oh my God. Watch him be gay.
I was just going to say that.
I think it's even more invasive.
No.
That'd be so bad.
What's funny is, okay, they don't even paint this guy as somebody that we would really even want her to be with, because all we learn about the guy is that he's a slob and he's full of himself.
Yeah,
he's an engineer.
And then
that's it.
Oh,
and then he
as an
happens
engineer, I kind of took offense to that.
And he doesn't have a passport. This dude is so narcissistic he won't even leave his city or his country or whatever. Yeah.
But all he does is have pictures of him all over his house, of himself.
I don't know any engineers really that do that.
And then at the end, he's like, all like, oh, well, thank you. That means a lot to me about how great he looks and shit. It's like, is this really the guy we want her to be with?
All right.
And I said earlier on our review, I said, if anything, they really wanted to bring Steve back that bad, or at least, the actor anyway, because they do have great chemistry. You have him come back as a completely different character, but she's attracted to him because he looks like Steve, but you change his hair, you do a few things, but you don't have him act exactly like Steve, and you have him be a completely different character. And the internal struggle for Wonder Woman is, do I love him because he looks like Steve, or do I actually love this guy? That makes more sense than her for pining over a guy for 80 years.
Or you have her go in the underworld where Steve is actually trapped. And
there is that
and then
too.
In the end, he does the Persephone thing. He seals himself, just like he did in the first movie. He sacrifices himself, seals the Doom's doorway so that she can escape and fight the monsters, and he's trapped in Hades again. That's the movie I would have written.
Or something like that. There's a number of ways you can go in the comic book world where this just went on lazy and stupid.
Yeah. All right, we got a super chat from Geeky for $2. She says, "In a way, yes, Wonder Woman did do the body. Steve took over. Not in a way. She definitely did.
No, she did it. All
she
right.
The next morning, like we just boned look that they gave each other.
Well, unless they just cuddled in their underwear.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Okay,
earlier we were making jokes earlier in the pre-outline chat or whatever. We were like, not only did they do that, but they did that shit with the lights on. Like they wanted to look at each other. Like,
well, here's the thing. I want to say this much because I do know this, because since now the test screening leaks have been proven to be true, there was some stuff that was in those leaks that obviously was cut out, or at least not explained well enough in the version we got. My understanding from those leaks was she can see him. That's why the moment she realizes it's him, from that moment on, she only sees Steve until that.
Her goddess powers penetrate the shield or whatever.
Yeah, that's the whole part of the curse or whatever. But then why didn't I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm not making a fucking excuse for it. I'm just saying.
That's not relayed at all. In fact, they relay exactly
I know, yeah.
the opposite.
And that's what I was saying. It's like the wrong half hour got cut out of this fucking movie.
Yeah.
They left in way too much ancillary crap that means nothing. And we're missing almost everybody's fucking setup. Like Cameron was saying from the start, there's tons of and that's exactly what I said. There's tons of payoffs here for setups we don't have.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Lorena, you want to get this next one?
Which one is it here? I'm a little.
I pasted it in the bottom. It should be the primal plasma at the very bottom. I just pasted it.
Okay, primal plasma for $5, right?
Yep. No, $2.
Okay. For two. Okay, I only see 5 for some reason here.
Well, just read it, make sure we got the right one either way.
Hold on.
This has just been a clusterfuck. I really,
I'll put it up again. I got it right here.
Okay.
Bloop. There you go.
Okay, primal plasma for $2. I think they were trying to make Wonder Woman 84 like Shazam. Is that one?
See, I didn't get that vibe. Yeah.
At least Shazam stayed in its own rules, though. I'm not even, and that was the thing with the context, is I'm not even sure they really established their own fucking rules in this.
Shazam was a good movie. I like that movie, and I cared about all those people. The characters grew.
I did too. Shazam was
Oh,
fun
I
to
love the
watch.
little girl.
That's what I'm
Darla.
saying. Yeah.
I loved Darla so much. I wanted.
And they did a great job with the rules. It made sense. In this, the
Yeah.
rules are all over the fucking place.
And what was great for Shazam was it was naturally diverse, and you never thought about it.
Yeah,
Yes,
It all made
they did
sense,
not
all
make
the
a big
different
deal
kids.
of it.
It was just, and you went with it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thank you, Culture.
Oh, hello.
Thank
Culture.
you. Wow.
That's okay.
Wow. Hey, Culture.
Holy cow. I feel like I almost have to read this one. Merry
Yeah, you
Christmas
do.
to the most toxic females I know and love. I hope the new year is amazing for you all. Cameron, thanks for joining the Phantom Menace. Tom, thank you for all you do. The rest of you, I love you all. Well, thank you so much,
thank
Culture.
you so much.
You really didn't have to do that.
Culture's the shit, man.
Yeah.
Culture's the shit. He's so amazing.
Mhm.
Like, no, seriously, Culture. Like, I won't expound on this any more than that. But Culture, you're amazing, and I love you to death. And
He already does way too much, yes.
I couldn't appreciate you more than I do.
So, Culture, if you do $100 chat next time, I'll come dressed like Mandy, and I think
Now
that
Cameron's gonna say I owe
a great value to you.
Now Cameron's gonna say I owe him more money. You do realize that.
Yes.
I want to see
my
him with like
gosh.
the boobs and everything.
Yes. Yes.
You need to
If he does that, I probably would pay.
You have to put balloons in the boop window. Like,
Yeah.
you have
Yes.
to.
You gotta
Yes.
perk 'em up.
I gotta do the full end.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right. Where were we in the other super chats?
Okay, I have it. I'm next. So it's Darius Munchausen.
Wait, I thought Mandy was next.
I thought Cameron was reading. Oh, okay.
Okay, I don't know.
What thing for $1.99? Thank you so much. The Monkey's Paw Wayfinder. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, no, and that's funny because you guys brought up the whole gods thing earlier. They even set up that this stone was created by a Loki type god,
and we never meet. Yeah,
That's who I was hoping to see, and they didn't show him.
Wow. Okay.
That's sad.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Alora.
Now it's my turn. Okay, Darius Munchausen at $2. Wonder Woman 84 consent equals Kilgrave in Jess Jones season 1.
Oh, you know what? I never saw Jessica Jones. I know.
I never saw it either.
I kind of vaguely remember. I saw the first season. I kind of know the part they're talking about. Yeah. I just want to hear you say that name again. That was cool.
Jessica Jones?
No, the Munchausen.
Oh, the Munchausen or Munchausen? Or
Yeah,
something?
see, I can't say it. You can.
Primal Plasma for $5 says it was meta. The random guy represents Diana's inability to get over her ex. She judges new men by Steve's standard. I don't.
That's certainly the intent. I think that's the intent.
If that's the case, then
But I was going to say I don't feel like that was presented as a concept very well in the movie at all. Like I can understand that was the intent, but you have to present that concept in a way that
they kind of did Mary, there was a little bit there where he kept saying, "Oh, this guy might be nice," and all this kind of crap. He was kind of selling this guy a little bit. Remember? But that was very little, to be fair on your part. Yeah.
And I think the intent of that scene we're talking about at the end, where she runs into the real dude, she actually initiates contact with him, which the point, I guess, of the movie is she's been avoiding people for 70 years. Guys hit on her. She ignores it, right? And she initiates, and then she gets shot down because the dude's not into her, right? But at least it's a baby steps. It still doesn't work for me. So,
yeah, I mean, like, I feel like if that's a concept that you want conveyed to people in a way that they take it with them when they move forward, they needed to do a lot more legwork. And I don't feel like that was done well. So, but like I said, I don't hate this movie. Like, I keep bashing it. I don't fucking hate this movie. I just don't think it's a good movie in particular.
Well, Kevin, to be fair, they don't give us a very good image of the guy in the movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but yeah, they pretty much, like I just said, they paint him as a engineer slob who is completely full of himself. Like he has an apartment full of pictures of himself. And then at the end, when we meet him, he's all like worried about how he looks, and she gives him a compliment, and he's all like flattered. It's, yeah, like I said, it makes me question why we would even want her with this kind of a guy.
I mean, I guess it's again a commentary on what they think 80s dudes were about. And there was an element of flashiness and narcissism, but there's a lot more to the 80s than that, right? I mean, so it just that I didn't feel like I ran into that character a lot when I was a teenager in the 80s, right? I mean, that was not even a major caricature on television. It was just, it felt like rammed in as to what they think we were about back then.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go ahead and get this next one, Lorena?
Yes. Let's see. You have from Geeky Pixie, correct?
Yes.
Geeky Pixie for $5. Thank you so much. So generous tonight. It followed with the very beginning, Diana needing to accept the truth, the lesson she did not understand, I guess, as a child. So it's referring to that opening scene, right?
Yeah, I felt like there was some follow through there on that. And I felt like that worked decently well. But there was a lot of other stuff they were trying to cram in there along the way. And it tended to leave you, I get it, like, okay, but it was so far apart. This is a 2.5 hour movie, right?
Yeah.
And so you get this giant opening scene, and like, yes, you do kind of remember it, but by the time you get to the end, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
It even gets to the point where like
reinforced.
Yeah, and then like everything with Cheetah's forced. Like it comes out of nowhere again. Because through the first half of the movie, there's no real reason for Cheetah not to like Wonder Woman. And in fact, the one part where she does chew her out, it was Kristen Wiig's character's fault.
It was.
And she knew she was in the wrong. And then when it goes to the final fallout, it kind of comes out of nowhere because she tells her how to get rid of, fix the situation. And then she's like, well, that would just make you happy, wouldn't it? Blah, 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 blah. And then she does this like really bitchy thing to Wonder Woman. And then she goes straight from Wonder Woman to Maxwell Lord and wishes she was something completely different.
Yeah, I never.
So it just, there's no consistency.
There was never any reason for Apex Predator in this. That came out of left fucking field.
Yeah. Another thing, that just came out of left field with no context other than they just showed in one shot she had a stuffed cheetah in the background in her office or whatever.
Oh, you forgot she wore that leopard
and the
print.
shoes
Yeah,
and the shoe, and the leopard print.
Yeah, it also violated a simple rule. She already got her wish. She gets another wish. She got to be like Diana, but now she gets to be more.
She didn't get another wish. It was the byproduct of Pablo's character, Maxwell Lord, essentially handing her these things, just like he did for himself, right? How he got.
Well, I took it as she made the first wish on the stone, and then when he became the stone is when she made the second wish. So I would assume, I guess she gets another wish since he's a new.
So Gavin, or can I have Steve back while she's fighting him?
Yeah, but she didn't become that thing until later, right? Like there's a gap between that quote unquote wish on the helicopter and us seeing her become quote unquote Cheetah.
Well, that's just because of the way the movie's cut, though. But it supposedly happens right after that. As far as
I got the impression that he gave her that stuff as the byproduct.
Regardless, but like the whole point of her getting quote unquote 2 wishes, that's the way I saw it. Was that the first time she actually did it on the literal stone. And then the second time it was through Maxwell, whether it was however he did it, that's the thing. His rules make absolutely no fucking sense. Like he's just supposed to be able to take whatever he wants from you. That's not how the monkey paw works. The monkey paw works in a way that you get a wish, but there's always a catch. See, that does work in the thing with Steve. Yeah, she got Steve back, but the catch is he's in somebody else's body. right? That's
Yeah.
how the monkey paw works. You get what you want, but it always comes with a catch. So like the Gremlins is actually a monkey paw story. Yeah, you get this cute, wonderful creature that is intelligent and smart and all these great things, but actually inside it's this fucking man-eating creature that will kill you.
Right. Everything comes with a price with Wish It, or like monkey paw type thing. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. You are up next, Mandy.
Yes. Trace XL for $5. Thank you so much. Nameless Meat Boy has a multi-pass, no doubt. They could have flown commercial, and the fireworks was rom-com fluff for looks. Yeah, 100%.
And it's not like it was that difficult to fly in the 80s. I'm sure he could have
No, it was quite. In fact, it was a lot easier. I just flew to Texas not too long ago. It was a lot easier to fly in the 80s than it is now. Now it's a pain in the ass. So,
I agree.
Yeah. Laura?
All right, so Burnt Marsh Wiggle Studios. Okay, nice name.
I love that.
That's pretty neat.
Yes, Barb tells a burn, stay warm with folks walking around in coats. Then it's the 4th of July. Jenkins doesn't know the difference between winter and summer.
Oh my
oh, bless his heart.
That's the reshoot
Yeah.
problem, right? That's the reshoot problem. They shot one and just.
And
Again,
isn't there like a
Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, we have them, her taking the lightsaber to Luke, and it's all sunny and stuff, and then boom, The Last Jedi, and it's foggy, kind of hazy and cold looking. Swear to God.
Yeah, and now I'm trying to remember. Doesn't he say he's been there for a while when she does run into him, and then like doesn't that not match up with her wish or whatever too? I was trying to remember now. I don't know. It was hard to pay attention to. The fucking movie was boring. Like that's the thing is it makes
to watch.
It makes the sin of being boring. Like that's the worst thing, and that's where it's like not even the least bit entertaining. It's like you can give me a bad movie, and I can at least be entertained by it as long as it's
I'd rather watch a stupid funny movie where I'm gonna laugh at all these idiots and stuff in there.
Yeah, Sharknado was better, and that's sad.
Oh yeah,
know
not
what
like
it is, it's
Sharknado.
Laura?
Huh? What's that? Oh, I read already. I already did one.
Oh shit, how did I miss that? Okay, I'm sorry. Trace XL for $10 says Wonder Woman 84 simple review. Plot was dull and much like a bad mid-tier action TV series, and the villains were boring, tropey, and predictable. Also, garbage tier CG. Jenkins shouldn't write, period. I agree with that. Patty Jenkins has no business writing. I'm sorry you got butthurt. I'm sorry that you wanted a credit. I'm sorry you didn't get it. That does not qualify you to do a fucking movie. Like, look, I'll be the first to say that freaking J.K. Rowling wrote wonderful books, but she has no business fucking writing movies, right? Like her movies are garbage tier. They're horrible, and I hate what they've done.
Yeah, they're different crafts. I know because I'm a novelist as well, and it was very hard for me to sell my novels because when people found out that I was a professional screenwriter, publishers would say, well, I'm sure your book sucks because there's different crafts, and I couldn't even get them to look at it. It took me 5 years, right?
Pen name. Should have went under a pen name. My choice is either Max Powers or Big Bulger.
I like Big Bulger. I feel like I'd be more willing to buy a book that Big Bulger wrote. I'm intrigued.
Big Bulger. Got it.
All right. Lorena?
Let's see. We are Terminus EST for $5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I think we accidentally skipped some.
We did skip about 4 of them.
Yeah, we skipped like 4.
No.
There's Doyle,
Yeah.
Wolf, Null, and Fat Steven Seagal.
Yeah, you'll want to start with Doyle. Doyle Hargrave.
Hold
I
on.
think it's where we're at.
Yeah, $2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. All right. Let's.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't see it. For some
Right, this
reason,
is
Mary
really hard
is
to juggle.
chopping off some of your lines.
It's really hard to juggle this shit. Here, go ahead. That should be it.
Okay, thank you. So
Yeah.
Doyle Hargrave for $2. Thank you. Wonder Woman changed clothes in car, jumps to out 65 miles per hour. LOL. Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was all right.
Well, I mean, I can go with her like in the show. She would just spin and then she'd become Wonder Woman, right?
Exactly.
I can kind of go with that.
That's true. But yeah,
All right, Amanda?
Wolfbane for $9.99. Thank you so much. what do you think of this as a visual with writing to accommodate it? A kid riding Godzilla, holding on to his neck, shooting flares into the sky to stop jets from firing in case they hit him.
Why can't I see this? I feel like I should be able to see this, and I can't fucking wrap my mind around it. A kid riding Godzilla.
I can see that.
I can see it.
Stop jets from. Okay, I'm starting to.
That's a typical Sunday night for me.
Yeah,
right.
Okay, well, here's something. One of the credited screenwriters on this, it's primarily Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns, but one of the credited screenwriters is also the gentleman that wrote Godzilla, the recent Godzilla movie.
Oh,
so for better or worse, I mean that's
wow.
So that movie was an entertaining movie, but one can argue that it didn't have strong character development.
Yeah, the humans sucked.
Here again.
Mm-hmm.
The humans sucked in that last Godzilla movie. The Godzilla parts were cool.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I'll go on to the next one. Null White at $2. Wonder Woman is now a rapist.
Rapist.
Hollywood.
Ooh.
Yep. Yep.
That's a thing, folks.
All right.
Yeah.
Nope, that's the thing.
Unfortunately.
That's actually a thing. Fast Steven Seagal beat up Hidalgo for Canadian $2.
Love it.
Chris Evans was amazing in this. I mean, it's Evans. No, it's not Chris Evans. It's Chris Pine.
Chris
Pine.
Yeah.
Okay, as
Chris Evans was the best part of this movie. He wasn't in it.
that's right. He was
had the best
smart. He
role.
said no, even though nobody asked him.
She made it
Hell
invisible
no.
as one of her early invisible tricks.
Which is funny because my girl, and I know you love the first one, Cameron, so I apologize when I say this, but my girlfriend at the time when we walked out of the first movie, she goes, well, that was just Captain America with tits.
See, they were really trying to avoid that.
That's exactly what she fucking said. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
No, but I would actually, and I enjoyed Captain America tremendously, but I'll give you a thing that was different. Captain America, he had this diverse team of people, you know, including the Japanese dude, right? The Japanese American dude that were his sidekicks. And like, yeah, man, that wasn't happening in World War II. You had segregated, sections. The Japanese were being interned. So that was a fake World War II. In this, in Wonder Woman, the first movie,
What about Mr. Miyagi?
prejudice. Her group were all rejects. You got this Arab dude. You got the Native American dude. You
Yeah,
got
but it's still pretty
dude.
similar.
But they were all people that were not in the mainstream, and it was more believable that cast of characters would be.
But see,
than
the general
Captain
audience
America.
doesn't see that though.
Yeah,
They just see a diverse group of characters in World War setting, and somebody's got superhero powers, and they save the day.
I wouldn't tell your girlfriend. I accept her perspective.
No, I know, but I didn't care for the movie either, so I was just like, yeah, well, the third act sucked.
Yeah.
Jason C. Holy cow! You sent in $100 super chat.
Holy shit!
I don't know.
Wow. Thanks
I don't
so
know.
much.
That wasn't culture.
What am I gonna do?
I
I think that was culture. Yeah. So I don't know if that still applies. We'll have to ask Jason.
Okay. All right.
We'll ask Jason if he says it does. That's
All
between
right.
you and him.
Okay. Okay.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Midnight Edge After Dark.
Yeah.
Hail
Thank
toxic
you.
femininity and long live the Phantom Menace. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, and Happy New Year's.
Yeah,
Wait,
I need a popper. I need a popper and to start popping shit.
I know. I need some like liquor, and I need some fireworks. I need all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna get it going.
Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get it popping.
I am gonna get popping, y'all.
You're gonna get lit.
That's
guys
one thing
really-
I like about Florida. There's like fireworks being sold in the supermarket, and I've seen people with like just tons of fireworks in their cart. Can't do that back home.
It'll be interesting to see. You know, we had a massive illegal fireworks display throughout California, throughout Los Angeles in July 4th. They told us don't do it, and everyone did it,
That
right?
was fucking awesome.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That was incredible.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Now, just the problem is people are so beaten down, which was my personal opinion, which was the goal. People in LA are so beaten down. I don't know if they have the energy to keep keep fighting this thing, right? Which was the goal of all these guys. So I hope to see the fireworks. We'll see what happens.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. Seeing the bay lit up with fireworks, I've never seen that, and it was just
Gorgeous.
It was gorgeous. It was
And it was
beautiful.
screw you fireworks to all of these like
Yeah.
overlords.
Yes,
telling us what to
yes,
do, right?
it was piss off fireworks, which makes it even better. I loved it.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I won't go off into conversation about where we are. Let's stay in the happy world of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
The happy world of Wonder Woman.
Oh, good Lord. Where are we
With
at in
our
the super
own
chats,
twisted
ladies?
Super chat, get all people getting-
Terminus at
Lorena,
$5.
next, I believe.
I'm next. Okay. Let's see. I think we have Dr. Coffin Nails for $5.
No, I think you have Trace XL for 10. Am I wrong?
No, that's right. Trace XL for 10.
Yeah.
I do have
Well, it's Terminus. No, I should have highlighted because I read.
She read Trace
earlier.
XL at 10. Yeah, so we have Terminus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at 5.
Okay.
So it should be Terminus now. We should be all caught up after this.
Yes.
Okay. Terminus SEST for $5. This is for Cameron, right?
Mhm.
Cameron, does Favreau really hate The Last Jedi because Mando drops hints that it leads to the sequel trilogy, and he said the show will explore the First Order's origins?
So that refers to a stream I did with Jeremy on Geeks and Gamers a few months back, where I revealed that a very close friend of mine who's very close to Favreau, he's within his inner circle of people who works on all of his projects, told me personally over lunch just before all these lockdowns, he told me, I have to believe what he said. He told me Jon Favreau hated The Last Jedi, was shocked by it, and that he then reached out to people at Disney and said, hey guys, I can help you fix this. So according to my friend, it wasn't even Disney reaching out to John. It was John literally like calling and said, guys, you're on the wrong track. This is not what the audience wants. But if you let me come into this, I can guide it. But yes, what Jon Favreau has, aside from this tremendous talent, which I'm still developing, that I do not have, is he's very politically savvy. I'm very blunt. I state the truth as I see it, which makes me a lot of enemies. Mr. Favreau knows how to work inside of these large corporate structures. I was fired by Disney for having a big mouth. He has not been fired by Disney because he knows how to work politically within the system. So, I mean, what I'm hearing is that he and Ms. Kennedy are at opposing poles. I understand that they're basically civil with each other, but deep down inside, there is a dislike of the vision of Star Wars that each has, and he's trying to get the vision that we all want. And I think he ran through Luke Skywalker, from what I understand. He rammed it through the system, and there is a lot of resistance to Ms. Kennedy's cadre of followers inside Lucasfilm to the direction he wants to take it in. So he's got to be very careful about what he says politically. He's got to say the things that, he throws in the hints to keep her happy. He throws in the stuff, we're heading towards the First Order. At the same time, if you see the imagery for this newly announced Ahsoka TV show, it's already, she's standing in front of the veil of the Force, which many people are suggesting, is that multi-dimensional pathway that they'll use to erase the sequel trilogy. He's just, in my opinion, if I were politically savvy like him, I would continue saying these things and dropping little, elements of the Disney sequel trilogy into this to keep his enemies at bay while he keeps moving Star Wars back to normal. And then hopefully one day the sequel trilogy will just vanish. But he's smarter than me. That's why he's not been fired from Disney.
Yeah, this can't be easy to navigate. This has to be really difficult to navigate.
Yeah, because even the World Between Worlds is kind of like cringy when it comes to Star Wars as well. And then they have the story group. So, I mean, it's very, very difficult. It's very hard to say what's really going to happen because, of his higher ups that are above him. So,
but I've heard similar things from different people that are also close to the Mandalorian too. So it's very difficult to say what's going on. And of course, they have to keep up a certain image publicly. And no matter what, Kathleen Kennedy is still an executive producer on anything that comes out of there. Yeah. So, there's that. I mean, whether she really has anything to do with it hands-on or not.
But it's not Ms. Kennedy that's a problem from what I understand now. At this point, she's been sidelined. It's this cadre of her appointed people throughout Lucasfilm who have these very specific political agendas, and those that are still there don't want to let go of that, and they feel like they're under attack right now. And especially they don't feel protected by the big boss anymore, so they're going to find ways to try to, create drama like Mr. Hidalgo. You're seeing this is all coming from a place of frustration at not being in charge anymore. Doesn't mean they're out of the picture.
Right. So
Mandy, you are next with Geeky.
we have a few more.
Yes, Geeky Pixie for $2. Thank you so much. She pushed too hard. It's the 80s. Then show a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no real reason for it to be in the 80s. None. None
No,
whatsoever.
if you're gonna do it in the 80s, I want to hear some awesome 80s soundtracks. I want it to feel like the 80s if that is what I am watching, or just call it Wonder Woman.
Yeah, even the mall scene, because like I said, I've watched review and stuff. It reminded me of like our here and now mall, like the decorations and everything now than it was in the 80s and stuff.
Yeah,
so nothing retro about it.
No, they what made the 80s magical. They missed it. They didn't.
They totally missed it.
They didn't bring it. It didn't feel like the 80s. It didn't look like the 80s. It looked ridiculous. Pretty bad.
Laura?
All right, so we're at Trace XL, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
well, we got Shiraz.
What?
Shiraz, $4.99. I'm a multiple DC groups online. I can say that yes, there is a slight disturbance in the fandom from this movie. People are pointing fingers. LOL. That's about Wonder Woman 84. That was between Geeky Pixie and Trace XL.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Don't see it. So it's not.
If you guys scroll up, besides Lorena, if you all scroll up, they're actually separated. So.
Oh no, I'm up here and stuff. So
I'm up there.
Yeah.
Who did you read? Geeky Pixie or Trace XL?
Yeah, you literally posted what I'm looking at an hour ago. So
I read Geeky Pixie last.
I'm reading the one that says I wrote the one that says CHRAOZ is his name. His or her name. Traz.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and let Laura do the one after that.
Trace XL is the next one, though. Yeah.
I am so confused right now. Sorry. All right. So,
Trace XL. Yep.
At $10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there. You want to know who Diana should be up against? Circle. She has a lot of history with Cirque, and they should create some chemistry. Cersei. Okay, I'm sorry. And chemistry. Besides another good-looking lady on screen, sign me up.
I mean, nobody's going to argue with more boobs, and look, I don't I don't pretend to be a Wonder Woman aficionado. I know a few things here and there, but like literally at the end of the day, like you had a female in Cheetah, you gotta write it right. You gotta write it correctly. That's all there is to it. You just have to write it correctly. Wolfbane for $4.99 says the people who like Cheetah drew comics in school about killing the popular kids. Holy shit! Holy shit balls. Okay.
Wow. Now you missed another one from Null White.
It's not there though.
You look up.
Is it?
I read it
higher.
$2 members only jackets for the women.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Members only jacket. That was cracking. That and some dude who had a pop polo collar. That was pretty cool too.
You see, you went and posted them at the same time I was, Mary. So that's why they're all.
I'm actually above all that. Tom, I'm actually up above that when you actually originally posted.
Well, we got so many different posted that it's like,
yeah. What I'm reading are the ones that are actually in order when you put them in there originally.
All right.
So
I'm going by the order I put them in. So, all right. Still want to make sure we don't miss anybody's. That's all.
Yes.
Okay. What do you want me to read?
I have a Wolfbane that was right after mine.
I don't even know where you guys are at anymore. So yeah.
I'm at the 12:05 where you posted it, or 12:06 or 12:10.
I can't see the time I posted.
I don't see timestamps.
Yeah.
Everyone go with the one they think is next. How's that? You just go with whatever you think is next based on where you are.
Okay, did we get the Burnt Marshwiggle Studio? $5. Barb tells a bum, stay warm with folks.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that one. Right. Yeah, we got that one.
I got that one.
Okay, all right.
So I just got done reading Trace XL for $10 with Cirque, Cersei.
You got the
so
Cersei one.
Wolfbane is right underneath that.
Okay.
For $4.99.
Yep.
Sorry,
I don't know. Mary.
So you want me to read the
Wolfbane one? I guess is one we're on.
Yeah, Wolfbane is right under mine. What I read.
I just read it. The people who like Cheetah drew comics in school about killing the popular kids.
Yeah.
I just read that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the next one Trace XL for $5?
Yes.
Okay. It's like cut off in the copy that I have. Because it starts out as the problem with Cheetah is she's super powered version of nearly every Lifetime, oh, that's funny, rom-com, I guess, main character. And then it cuts off for me there.
That's it. That's all it says.
Okay, cool.
Rom-com. Oh, I'm sorry. She's not even the main character, is what it says after that. I apologize.
Yeah, she was so stereotypical. Yeah. But the Lifetime rom-com character is actually more interesting than Cheetah was in this movie, honestly.
I would rather watch any of the Lifetime originals than this.
Oh,
any of them. Any of them. And they're all basically the same. I watch a lot of them. They don't change that much.
My favorite was My Sordid Affair. Man, that was fun to binge on.
They're great titles. They're great titles.
They're good. So I'm next, right? Is that right?
Hillis, yeah, you should be on Hillis Mallory.
Okay. Hillis Mallory for $5. Thank you so much. Cheetah wasn't actually in the film until she stepped in with Wig's body in a cat suit for the final fight.
That is accurate.
Pretty
accurate.
Yeah.
Laura?
All right. So let's see here. I'm guessing it is Matt G at $5. Like, oh my God, Mandy. This is toxic femininity. Hopefully I'm on the right one. Who's this Cameron person? He is, we read this one before, didn't we?
It was on screen.
It was on screen.
Yeah, it was on screen.
It was on screen. Okay, so I just ruined that. Mandy, go ahead and read that.
Let me...
Matt G at $5.
Okay, Matt G for $5. Thank you. Like, oh my God, Mandy, this is toxic femininity. Who is this Cameron person? Is he like one of those Transylvanians or something? As if.
So, is there a Transylvanian in joke that I don't get? Here's something. I got a Dracula mug. Here,
wow.
Vlad the Impaler mug bought in Romania.
Really?
On my Dracula tour of Romania 2 years ago.
That's cool.
Nice.
So
that's very cool.
So now I see crayons. Or is that the one we're on, or did we already read that one?
Sorry, that was my fault. I guess they're all out of order. So yeah. There's two different ones in every one of them in there. So yeah.
So,
yeah, we're at crayons. Yeah, so go ahead and.
But it's your turn. I just wanted to make sure we were at the right spot.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll read this one since I had Mandy read the other one. Okay, so crayons at $4.99. I am in multiple DC groups online. I can say that, yes, there is a slight disturbance in the fandom from this movie. People are pointing fingers, laugh out loud. Yeah, it kind of sounds like Star Wars. So, too.
Just another day.
Lots of people are cranky. Now White for $2 says member-only jackets for the win.
Right? Those are so cool. I had one. I had a members only jacket.
I had one too.
They were cool.
I loved it. It was nice.
I know, right? They were nice.
It was one of the quintessential 80s fashion.
Can you now see the one from Arthur P. Lorena up at?
Yes. Arthur P for $2. Thank you. Cobra Kai is fixing the drop soon. Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
I love that you said fixing to.
2 days.
Cannot wait.
Watching the shit out of that.
Freaking wait.
Watching the absolute shit out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go to a panel back at New York Comic Con a few years back before season 2 dropped, and they had Daniel LaRusso up there or whatever, and he was doing this thing. And on all of the seats were these awesome like head ties that had like Miyagi Dojo on one side and Cobra Kai Dojo on the other side. And you could like flip them back and forth. I'm not gonna lie, I still like 4 of those.
I want one.
I'll send you one. Okay.
Awesome.
It's on you, Mandy.
Oh, okay. Trace XL for $5. Thank you so much. They tried to do 80s fashion and not one pair of shutter shades. Like
Oh.
what? Come on, man.
That's a good call.
Not
right
one.
Or not one montage, like Sandra just pointed out. How can you have an 80s movie without a montage?
You gotta have a montage. That's how you get places in an 80s movie.
Yeah.
With awesome 80s music playing in the background.
Yes.
Gotta have a montage.
Lots
We
of
need a
drum machines.
montage. Yes, we need it. We need this.
All right. Laura?
All right. So looking at Wolfbane at $1.99. All Hail Lord Clue.
Absolutely. I don't know who Lord Clue is. Who's Lord
Yeah.
Clue?
Clue from
It's from
Tron Legacy. Tron
Oh,
Legacy.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
True. Yeah.
I'm
He's like
tracking
the
now.
original, Jeff Bridges, his computerized version of him in the earlier movie from the 80s, and then he becomes like the villain in Tron.
Man, I never watched Tron. No offense to anybody who does watch it. I just don't have a clue what the fuck's going on right now.
I
The
played
animated
it
show is
on
good.
parts.
The animated is good. The first half of it's really good. Yeah.
I will have to watch the animated one just because Cameron. But for
Clifford Kiabu, I hope I said that correctly, for $4.99. Doesn't say anything, just throws $4.99 at us.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna argue with that. Can you see the one from Wolfbane there for $1.99, Lorena?
Yes, Wolfbane for $1.99. Cameron Pasha, Hail Lord Thrawn.
Oh yeah. And I responded in the chat earlier to that, and I think Alora would agree with me. The only Thrawn that is real is the EU Thrawn.
Yeah, no, that
he is
bullcrap
golden.
in Rebels is garbage.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I never watched Rebels.
When I read those novels when they first came out, I felt like I was back in the world of Star Wars. Thrawn was a perfect villain because he was not evil. He was just Machiavellian and smart, and he was loyal to his people, and his soldiers loved him. And I was like, this is a guy that might deserve to rebuild the empire. If this is the guy, make him the new guy. And then, his ending was tragic, and I felt that was the right way for his character to go out and leave it at that.
Yeah, and
health
he
plan
said
he
it
got.
too. This is artful too, so artful. Yes.
Yeah, it was going to
Even
give
in death,
everybody
he was
dental.
dignified.
Everybody got dental with Thrawn.
Yeah.
This is a good dude.
The dude.
But that's the adversary you need, because he's not actually a bad guy. The world's not going to be a terrible galaxy's not going to be a terrible place if this guy wins. It's not.
Yeah.
You get a dental plan, and you get a dental plan. I'm sorry. I don't know why my brain went there. Let's see. You're up, Mandy?
Oh, okay. Peter Gilmore for £5. Thank you so much, Peter. Mandy is banned for doing British accents. Stop encouraging her. Peter,
No.
Shut up. They will not.
No.
My accents are awesome. And I'm going to start telling everybody that I learned how to talk British from you.
Yep.
That you're the one that taught me. So just know you're taking the blame for this, Peter.
Laura?
Okay, Primal Plasma at $2. I think they were trying to make 84 like Shazam. Oh, we already read that one, but yeah, that's Rosemary. Sorry. Let's see here. Let's go back. Okay, M Taxshar at $1.99. 8 thumbs up. Woo! Thank you.
Yay!
Yay!
We're getting through these, you guys. Give us a thumbs up.
Oh, my Lord. Wolfbane for $4.99 says no one will ever do Mark Antony better than James Purefoy. Now I'm going to assume that that's like the old, what's her face version? God, what was
Elizabeth Taylor?
Taylor, yes.
Okay.
Elizabeth Taylor version. I'm going to have to assume that that's the version you're talking about. I don't remember who that is either. I think I saw that once as a kid.
Because it sure wasn't the Billy Zane version.
I was gonna say I kind of liked Billy Zane. I kind of liked. He was kind of a beef muffin in that. Like, Lorraine.
Not that shit again.
He was kind of a beef muffin.
Maybe Billy Zane should have been the dude that Steve Trevor possessed. That
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. I like
And
that.
then you have everybody freaking out about some old white dude porking Gal Gadot. You know it.
Billy Zane could choke me and call me an asshole any day. I'm good.
Oh, here we go. Now we know what works. Now
I'm going to the back.
Love Billy Zane.
You're on Terminus there, Lorena.
Let's see. Where am I?
For $5.
Terminus EST as $5. Sorry. It's fitting that SJWs don't want Gal Gadot as Cleopatra. They want to bring down the patriarchy.
Oh, including the Cleopatriarchy.
Patriarchy. Yeah, that part got cut off for me.
If you think about it. With his puns. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
All right. Mandy, you're on Trace XL for $5.
Okay. Thank you so much, Trace. The monkey's paw is another form of the devil's deal. You'll get your wish. It's how you get it and what it will cost you that counts. And that's, absolutely. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Correct. 100%.
Can I go back to Cleopatra for a second, because it goes back to what I originally said. Again, the very intentional screw yous that were being done in this movie. Patty Jenkins announced she's doing Cleopatra with Gal Gadot, right? Which actually caused a stir in the Egyptian community that didn't necessarily want an Israeli woman playing an Egyptian princess. And people said, yes, she's actually descended from Macedonian, she's Greek and all that, right? But when you're about to announce this thing, when she was filming this movie, they already had the plans to do Cleopatra. Then you make the villains all Egyptians? Come on, man. This is just bad PR, and you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're already going to piss off these Egyptians. You should have done some kind of thing to reach out to them. But this movie, you piss them off, and then you come back with Cleopatra. Cleopatra is going to be this Israeli chick. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're like, screw you all. You're going to take what we give you.
Yeah.
You'll eat it and you'll like it.
It's pretty much it.
All right. Yeah. You are on, Laura, you are on Culture Casino.
Yes, Culture Casino at $5. By the way, the market that Diana and Cosby's guy met is the same as the one where Asteria says the little girl, just different seasons.
Saves the little girl, just different seasons.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
Oh, is it? I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. Oh, okay.
And that's how much of an impact these sets had on us, right? These set pieces. You don't remember what
I had no idea. I had no idea. Holy crap. Okay, got it. All right. Dr. Coffin Nails for $5 says, they mentioned the Duke of Deception as the god who created the wishing stone. He was an old Wonder Woman villain. Anyone else catch that Easter egg?
I did not. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the Loki character I was talking about. Yeah.
It's just an Easter egg. I'd rather have seen this dude.
That's what I was saying. I was waiting. I thought that was what we were going to get to see. Like Max Lord went a little too far, and next thing you know, the Duke of Deception just comes out in all of his freaking glory and center. That's what I was looking for.
And if I had been writing screenplay and I was forced to do the setup, that's where I would have taken it. But whatever.
Right. Yes.
All right, Lorena, you are on Silver Nova.
Okay, thanks, Tom Silvanova, for $5 Australian. Thank you so much. Great to see Cameron here. Hail to the queens of the Fandom Menace, and hail Tom.
Flash bow.
Thank you.
You guys know I just barged right in here. I was just a fan in the chat that said, hey, man, I got some stuff to say. And Tom very graciously said, all right, come on in. So I just barged in here. Thank you.
All right. You're up next, Mandy.
Okay, we got Terminus East for $2. Thank you so much. If Mary gets poppin', she'll be Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins ain't got shit. No, if Mary Poppins ain't got shit on me, all right? I'm just saying.
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Fuck that shit. You can have some cyanide. You can have a spoonful of cyanide. Take it. And
there we go.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Pablo Hidalgo right now.
Of Mary Poppins.
Right?
That shit.
I'm that chick she was looking. I'm that alternate version of herself in the mirror, where like you should literally play like some sinister like villain music over top of me, where she looks in it and it's like, and it's like this got the sharp upturn in music, and you're like, she's gonna fucking stab somebody. Like that's me. That's me.
Your worst nightmare. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, we got at least a few more super chats to get through here.
Yes, we do. So Trace XL at $10. Multiverse is such a tired cop out for an ability to write a cohesive world. Exactly, darling. If they wrote better content, there would be no need to section off the tradition in a multiverse.
The trash.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think that there's a place for multiverse writing. I think that there is a place for it, but it's getting used in a very ham-fisted way these days. already, which is really weird because it just got introduced recently in a lot of stuff. So it's getting stupid. It's all stupid. And I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment so wholeheartedly. Dwayne Olson for $5 says, if Favreau wins out, the Star Wars sequels will probably go the path of Norton's Incredible Hulk in the MCU. Officially in, but never ever mentioned. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. We're on Krista Joe, Lorena.
Krista Joe. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Tom. You're going to have to highlight that one for me.
Unfortunately, that's one that I have no longer access to. Krista Joe, $4.99. Who the heck decided to make Cheetah the sidekick instead of the badass she is in the comics? What happened with her now? Or what happens with her now? What would you do to fix it?
You don't. You let it go.
You let it go. You let it go. It's already happened. You have to just let it go, I think. I don't know how they can fix that.
The same way everybody who loved Birds of Prey and got that travesty fucking put on screen have to let that shit go. Sorry, you're not getting a Birds of Prey movie you want. I'm sorry.
So by the way, isn't that the true 2020? We start with Birds of Prey, we end with Wonder Woman.
Yes. Perfect. Just perfect.
But somewhere in there, we got a badass Luke Skywalker scene, so I'll take it.
We did. We got that. Thank the Lord for
even
something.
If it's fake Luke Skywalker, Laura, it's still better than all the crap they've done.
It is.
This is true.
Maybe you're on Blah 11B.
Okay. Yes, Blah 11B for $5. Thank you so much. I love that name. Sequel trilogy must vanish. It basically solidified the victory of Palpatine's victory over the Skywalkers and the universe.
I'm happy to pretend it doesn't exist. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly. I'm happy to pretend it doesn't exist. I consider myself a positive realist, and realistically, there may be some measure of retconning, but that it's never going to go away completely. We're going to have to probably just kind of ignore it, and I think most people will be happy to ignore it.
Yeah, that's like ignoring the Dark Empire in the original EU where Palpatine comes back. We had to kind of, and that was written before the PT and stuff, and so back then it made sense. Now it doesn't, and then they brought it in Rise of Skywalker, which makes no fucking sense either.
Oh gosh.
So there we go. So we have Primal Plasma at $5. The mall scene at the beginning of Stranger Things season 2 was the most realistic portrayal of the 80s I've ever seen. I wish Wonder Woman 84 was like that. You're correct. One of my
I agree.
kids that. So, and it was very well organized and believable, basically.
I didn't see Stranger Things. I wish I could.
I did. It was Stranger Things did the 80s right.
Yes,
they really did. From the music to the outfits to everything. That was how.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to. That's what inspired this. You know that whoever made this decision, whether it's Patty Jenkins or Jeff Johns or whomever about this, that it was like, well, we got to set it in the 80s, and we got to get the nostalgia that Stranger Things did. Well, Stranger Things did it correctly. It's the same thing with if anyone ever saw the movie that was about Apocalypto. The movie about
I've seen that one with Mel Gibson about the
Mel Gibson, and that's an incredible movie. Whatever you may think about Mel Gibson, the movie's incredible. And then Steven Spielberg tried to mimic the Aztecs, the blue Aztecs, in his Indiana Jones 4, and it didn't work because Apocalypto did it right and Steven didn't do it right. Right. So that's what keeps happening. So another filmmaker says, "Oh, they did that. I'm going to do that." We're like, "No, just do your thing, man. You ain't going to repeat that."
Yeah, absolutely. Blah 11B for $10 says, I meant the sequel trilogy solidifies the Palpatine bloodline's victory over the Skywalkers, the Force, and the galaxy, so the last trilogy must be abolished. Look, I have the same sentiment. I want it abolished. It feels dirty thinking about it, right? It feels genuinely disgusting in my soul. But realistically, I think we're going to have to accept kind of shoved into the corner, and abolished may just be a hope too far, a bridge too far. We don't have to look over there. We know it's dirty. Throw a blanket over it. It'll be fine. Just throw a towel over it, guys.
Right.
Right.
I know it smells. Spray some air freshener, guys. Open a window. It's gonna be fine.
Light a match, right?
Can you read the whole next one here, Lorena?
Taylor for $10 Canadian. Okay. Thank you so much. I think it would have more of an 80s feel if they made Max Lord the evil developer who is going to buy the mountain ski school. The ski school is on, so they call in Wonder Woman to save the day. I saw the movie Ski School. That was actually kind of funny.
I like that idea. I would watch that.
I do too.
I would watch it. I'd be like, hell yeah, are they going to save the ski place? Are these kids going to be able to make it? What's happening?
I don't know.
I'd be intrigued with that. So we have Jack Bayer for $2. Thank you so much. Cameron, how can we best support you financially?
Well, that's very flattering. In 2020, I will take every dollar anybody wants to give me. So if anyone would like to support me, regrettably, I don't yet have all these Patreons and things set up, but I do sell my novels. And so I have 2 novels published. You can go to Amazon.com. Here they are. One of them is Mother of the Believers. It's my novel on the birth of Islam from the point of view of Muhammad's wife. So it's an interesting story told from a woman's point of view. And then here's my novel, The Crusades, if you like historical fiction, Shadow the Swords. They're both available on Amazon.com. And they're both available through my website, which is just my name, CameronPasha.com. So, I get a little bit of royalties out of everyone you buy, and they're actually pretty good books. So, thank you. I'm flattered anyone would want to give me anything. Thank you.
Aww. There you have it, guys. There you have it.
We love Cameron around here, guys. And actually, that's a really wonderful question to ask. Thank you so much.
Very gracious. Thank you.
Yes, and so we have the next one, Wolfbane at $1.99. Thrawn is the galaxy's Napoleon and Alexander.
Interesting.
I mean, I feel like that maybe Napoleon. I suppose it depends on your perspective. It depends on your perspective.
Yeah.
Short.
Well, and I heard that was kind of the whole thing about Napoleon being short is not accurate from what I heard.
Like 5.
As a short guy, I embrace it. It's all good. Don't worry about it. They're definitely, we short guys are very dangerous. People learn that the hard way.
Right? Like, throw you out a window dangerous.
You gotta compensate,
We learn how to survive this world, and people learn it the hard way. So, yeah.
My ex-husband was a short guy, and I've never seen anybody brawl the way he brawls. Like, it was like straight up like, okay, I'm going to go over here. Let me know when you're done bloodying that guy.
It's true.
And as of right now, I believe this super chat will catch us up for the evening.
I think so. Speaking moistly.
Whoa.
I love you.
A little Pee Wee Herman there.
For Canadian $5, in Cleopatra, the villain should be Octavius. Well, Octavius is the hero. I mean, that was how Octavius was painted in the in the previous movies. He's the villain or whatever. You know, he's Caesar's nephew or whatever, and he's losing his shit because shit's not going the way he wants. But yeah, that's typically how they do it, I believe. Yeah. So yeah. Holy Toledo! You guys
wow! You guys have been killing it with the support.
Yes,
amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Wow, what an epic show, you guys!
Right?
3.5 hours, but most of you guys have hung in there. Still over 500 of you watching. Wow. It's amazing to have you here. It was awesome to have Cameron hop in as the latter half here. Thank you so much. Check all these ladies out on their YouTube channels as well. And do you have a YouTube channel yet, Cameron, or no?
Well, it's my name, Cameron Pasha 72. It is up. I don't have videos for these kinds of chats, but I post some of my creative work. A couple of my short films are up there, and as I hopefully film some other things, they'll be up there. So if you want to check them out, the films are actually pretty fun. They're like 20 minutes. So they're worth watching.
All right, so go check that out, you guys.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go around the horn one last time. Let's start with you, OG Star Wars Legends gal Alora, since you're to my, well, on my right on the screen, but to my left. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel.
All right. Hi, everyone. And thank you again for hanging in with us over this very interesting chat topics we had here. And I am OG Star Wars, your Legends girl, trying to make it in this discanon world. And this Wednesday will be the last coffee chat of the year, instead of it being Thursday, because I know everybody's going to be busy doing what they're going to do and celebrating with family and friends as safe as they can. We're doing coffee chat that Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. So bring your calf and join us as we discuss the Clone Wars Republic comics. We're going to the Battle of Jabim with Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. So it's going to be fun. And then I'm catching up on my lore videos. And of course, you can catch me here every Monday and on Babe the Menace once a month with Mary and most of the ladies here as well. And then also Queen's Council. And sometimes I'll pop in on other channels as well. So catch you guys out there and on Twitter. You guys have a great evening.
And yes, Matt G, I believe this is the longest toxic ever.
Yes, it is.
I think we're all a little wiped, but it was still ridiculously fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Ridiculously fun.
These
And so
ladies
happy
were
to have
troopers.
Cameron here.
Yes, and Cameron as well.
Absolutely.
So yes, and next in line, were you done? Actually, Laura, I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm done here.
Okay. Next in line, she's usually last, but since she's right next to her, I'm gonna have to say our hostess with the mostest, Mary B.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hi, guys. I am Mary B., the mistress of mayhem, disruptor of the narrative, and official Whammon card holder. You can find me over on my channel, Mary Mayhem, where I talk about newsy news stuff during the week and have a little fun on the weekend. And I fucking hate Pablo Hidalgo. The guy's a shithead, a retard, and holy shit, where's the Tylenol? I gotta say.
I
I
love
eat all
that
kinds
movie.
of chocolate because of him, because that calms me down. Chocolate is good. So
Somebody send me some fucking like vodka and Jaeger in a package, and I'll take
Oh
it.
God, you said Jaeger.
Oh, yeah.
They need an alcoholic month club.
Jesus
There you go.
Christ.
Next, we have Mandy.
Like what? Hey y'all! So yeah, I'm Mandy. I am the writer of the comic book Super Dead and also the comic book Pirate Queen, which are both still available on Indiegogo. If you have not checked them out yet, please go check out my comics. I promise you guys will absolutely love them. I got some really amazing artists, and they are just great. Also, don't forget to go check out my YouTube channel at Mandy Summers. And if you can't remember all of that, just go to stuntmancomics.com. And you can find all things Mandy. You can check out all the my Instagram, my Facebook, everything right there from Stuntman Comics. So yeah, there you go. And thank y'all for coming out tonight. Y'all are awesome.
And don't forget Hardcore Pornosaur.
Oh yes, I'm also the writer of the book Hardcore Pornosaur. You guys can find that on.
I'm awake now. Okay.
I know, right?
Gotta go do some searching on the internet. Okay.
I'm making the movie, yo. She don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
I know what's the next short film on my channel. Okay.
You'll take like some Cheetos and shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll give you residuals if there's any money involved.
Okay.
no.
You got per diem on set.
Just buy me a bag of cinnamon.
Yeah, really knows. All
I
right.
gotta be careful what I say in the post-Me Too world, man.
I'm kidding, of course, but no, check it out, of course, and check out Cameron's channel as well as all his work, as we mentioned before. And last but not least, because everybody's got me all screwed up with their order here, Miss Lorena Creole. We also have a super chat that came in the last minute too, if you want to grab that.
Oh, Felipe Hernandez for $2. Getting tatted soon. Ideas for Star Wars tat ideas.
Ooh, go
Oh,
with the dark
boy.
saber. Go with the dark saber.
Baby Yoda,
No, don't get Baby Yoda. You'll regret it.
the lady
Just
blue.
get a Jar Jar. You'll be the
Dark
only
Saber.
person who's got a Jar Jar tattoo. Go get a Jar Jar. You will be
I
the most
guarantee you,
original
somebody
ever.
there's
There's
some
gonna
poor
be
soul.
one or two. There's
There's
somebody,
at
but you'll.
least.
Yeah, but
How
you'll.
about Admiral Thrawn then?
Oh, now that's a good idea.
That's a good one.
How about the crushed droid from the last episode of Mandalorian, the one that crushes with the force, right? Like that smash droid. That's a tattoo.
You can get Luke holding Baby Yoda.
Any of the
That would be
logos
cool.
or whatever you call them always
No,
work.
Princess Leia with the rebel signa behind her.
Dude,
Yeah, stuff like
you
that always
totally
works.
do. I just got it.
would
It came to me. It came to me
Really?
just now.
Okay,
Get,
what is it?
get Mace
What?
Windu's purple lightsaber with the phrase "This party's over" tatted around it.
Oh, there you go.
You know, honestly, I don't have a tattoo, and I've always thought of getting one. And if I was going to get one that was Star Wars related, it was always going to be that classic shot of Yoda just standing there, you know, from
Where
Empire.
would you have put it?
I don't know, probably my upper arm or something.
Oh, you would have been so badass like that.
I was gonna say, Tom's a bad boy.
Right?
I would
Yoda.
go
Like the
old
vibe.
school
You just got the
with
vibe
like
on
really. I would just go old school with like
Sticker.
Vader with his helmet and kind of like seeing like his scar.
Vader's
and
pretty
everything.
badass too. Yeah.
I'd like that.
Our Princess Leia right here, the slave outfit.
That's
That's a
always a
nice
good
one.
one.
That poster was over my bed for many years,
Over a lot of people.
A lot of it.
and that was just
Oh,
recently.
Oh,
Oh my.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody once again for joining us and making
I
this.
forgot to tell people where they could find me. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Jesus! I'm jumping all over hell. Although I just want to let me say this much: it's been the most successful Toxic Femme we've ever had. Miss Lorena, please tell them where they can find you.
Thank you, folks. I'm Lorena Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on my YouTube channel, where I opine about sci-fi, pop culture, throwing lots of shade and salt at Disney. And I'm on several live streams, which thank you, Alora, for going over most of them. So I wouldn't really have to repeat them all. Yeah, I'm going to phone it in. I'm on vacation. I'm going to phone it in. On Sundays, you can find me at 8 p.m. on my channel for my Welcome to Florida podcast. And yes, I'm actually in Florida right now. My hotel internet, which is not so happy with me. So I apologize for all the technical stuff.
When it was working, it was working great.
Yeah, it was working fine. So I guess somebody heard me and said, yeah, I'm going to mess with her now.
everybody logged in at the same time.
No, it's the guy too down from you. He's watching all of that like hotel porn, and he's just
that's what they're doing.
up all the Wi-Fi.
That's probably
That's
why I'm
what's
hearing so
happening.
much movement, up above me. But anyway. Thursdays, you can find me at 7 p.m. on Justin Proper's channel for This Week in BS. And, of course, the Queen's Council on Thursdays as well. On Fridays, I'm kind of taking a little bit of a hiatus, is Lorena's Lunch Table, and that's at 12 noon on Fridays. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be premiering the last Saturday after school special interview, which I'm doing with Richard 465. So that is going to premiere tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, 5 p.m. GMT. And you guys have been amazing. It's been a great time, like the biggest audience I've seen for Toxic Femme. So thanks you guys so much. You're amazing. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I think everybody has earned a maximum effort puppy for
There he goes.
And Andre likes this new maximum effort puppy, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
We gotta get the strut. Get up there, you little cutie.
What?
That's true.
I love that.
Oh, proud.
So cute.
So you definitely earned that, and of course, it would not be a complete evening without Mary.
Right. Benton! Oh, Jesus Christ. Benton!
There you go.
Freaking Skippy. I love that thing so much. Oh, Jesus Christ, Benton.
All right, kids. Thanks again so much for being here and making this the most successful Toxic Femme ever. Thank you again.
Proving that the Fandom Menace isn't just toxic white males. It's toxic femininity brought to you by Midnight's Head.